Welcome back. This is the last episode of RINGWEB, our limited series of Numenera play with the Uncommon Trust here on QueueTimes. It's a pretty big cliffhanger last episode, not a literal cliffhanger like the one before, but yeah, our group of heroes in the previous episode went to a place deep within yesterday, within the wasteland far from their village, where they encountered the lost child, Hana, timeless Hana, who they spent a short amount of time with, and Argon incorporated some of Hana's remains into their body. And Hana also basically said that the group was able to go beyond the door, that they were the first that would be able to go beyond the door. Referring to the door that the village of today lines up with every end cycle, which is supposedly the domain of the gods, the creators.
We are the gods now.
I mean, we're about to be.
Yeah.
I am the captain.
There was an antagonist, a dark avatar, an avatar of the dark, basically. This creation of this dark force that took the force of the previous, the shape of the previous guardian, and attacked you before you met Hana, and then when you were returned via the beam and the light of tomorrow, after having spent a little over an hour in that other space with Hana, you discovered that you had been returned to the village of today at the end cycle ceremony, but a full great cycle, a year, has passed. So your group made its way to the ceremony, the ritual, which was ongoing, and you ran into a grieving Baird, Prolethea, and Nico's father, and then you started to group together and make your way towards the opening, and this this avatar of the dark reappeared in the crowd, and it's with its very appearance, killing some innocent people in the crowd, and then taking a shot at Elder Barrett Forrest and punching a hole in his chest. So that's where we're starting, where Barrett has fallen to the ground. Just to remind you all of what the layout was like of the area that you're in. It's a crowded sort of plaza.
Before we completely set the scene, could we give our shout-outs real quick before we dive right back in?
Oh yeah, sorry.
We
Okay.
start sobbing.
I know, right? I'm like, well, we still have happy faces. We don't want to be like, thank you, World Anvil.
All right. So yeah, what's going on with us, happy friends?
Well, let me just say super quick again, we thank you for the individuals and the brands that have been so generous to us. Thank you to World Anvil for hooking us up. They helped lay out a lot of the RINGWEB stuff. We're going to be using a lot more maps in the future, possibly in little games coming up soon. Thank you to Kraken Dice that sent us all things, and my thing just happened to get here first, and their things are fantastic. Thank you so much. As always, thank you to Nobledorf. Thank you to Void Merch hooked Jordan.
Yes.
Hooked us up. I've delivered it here. We're going to have a little Void Merch fashion show when this is all over. Yeah, but
Oh, okay.
yeah, there it
Okay.
is. There it is. Maybe that'll be next week's stream.
I'm ahead of the curve. I'm already rocking some.
Yeah.
There it is.
What does it say? Choke them on the ashes of the dreams. Oh, that's
No.
amazing.
We
I like
did-
anything with my name in it.
We did
No
not announce
support.
your thing. We can announce your thing after this, if you like. And I think that was it. I mean,
As
I'm
far as thank yous.
as far as the thank yous, yes, I'm all emotionally entangled already. So
I'm sorry.
I think I just wanted to make sure I said that. Did I forget to thank anybody? If I forgot to thank you, I didn't mean it. Nobledorf, thank you, Nobledorf.
Nobledorf.
Yes.
Thank you.
Void Merch.
Twice.
QueueTimes.
Q-Time. Oh, thank you, Q-Time.
Thank you, QueueTimes.
Yeah.
Schedule-wise, we were going to do a Vikings thing, but then everybody's schedules got crazy again, so the next 2 weeks, actually, it's semi-TBD what we're going to do the next 2
Hey, use
weeks.
those words lightly. Plenty of people out there have particular associations with the TBD. That would be way too high. Continue.
So it's TBA.
To be announced.
Right. But the next game is. Do you want to say anything about what the next game will be, even if we don't know when it's gonna be, what it's gonna be?
I mean, it'll be in November, so.
I
Yeah.
know exactly when it's going to
Yeah.
be.
It will be in
But there
November.
might be a session 0. It might be streamed.
I
guess it's in November either way. That's true.
Yeah. Either way, jump on our Discord. We will have announcements on there as well, and follow us on Twitter at Uncommon Trust,
Yes, do that.
and that's where you can get all of your announcements as well. Yeah.
I'll be DMing a game is what VDA was getting at. I'll have details for all of you very soon, so stay tuned.
I was gonna sing the theme music while you did a voiceover there.
The land
Bum, 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 bum,
time.
bum. Dun, 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 dun. Dragon Slayers. Dun, dun, dun,
I
dun,
guess it's
dun,
pretty
dun.
nice then.
Sharpen your blade.
You're past the point of no return.
You're going to die now. Oh, jeez.
Yeah.
I'm just so excited right
Yeah.
now.
Yeah.
Everyone's going to die.
Yeah.
Hopefully not us.
Gloriously.
No.
Gloriously.
Yeah.
Wait, what?
Yeah. It's fine. It's fine.
I like
Everything's
making
fine.
things exciting.
Everything's fine.
Absolutely.
You're not
nothing
always
is
in constant
fine.
fear of you're gonna die, or having a hole blasted through you. What's life? So
Death.
So let's
It's
actually,
death.
let's
That's it.
let's
Yeah.
start with that a little bit since
Okay.
since you weren't here last time. I did my best to play your character,
I was there in spirit.
but I didn't react. It's up to you now. Is how you've seen your father cut down by this entity that you fought before, and you're also thinking that you look out over the crowd because
Actually-
the area is what's up.
He never saw the entity, and neither have I. This is the first time I've seen it.
Oh yeah, you both fell, didn't you?
Yeah.
So you don't even know what this thing is.
Yeah. We never really didn't have a chance to discuss it either.
Yeah.
Although, just one note, remember I did mark it as an enemy, so its defenses
Yes.
are hindered.
You marked.
I
You
mean,
marked.
I don't know if probably. I was gonna say because we're hanging out for an hour and I was just climbing a tree. We could have discussed it, but he wasn't there, so it didn't happen. You were
True
rested.
kid.
I was on a tree.
Yeah. All right. I think that's realistic necessarily that it may have not come up. There were a lot of other big things going on.
Yeah, it was a day. It was a
to
day.
talk about.
Right.
Yeah, like me missing the Seekers game. If
Yeah. To set the scene in a little more detail, it's a sort of plaza area that's relatively open, but at this point is packed with people. I mean, like over 1,000 people, and that area is basically like an opening where the web architecture of today, a negative is left, a void, so that as the village moves, nomadically, it lines up with this door, which is a reborn artifact. It's a structure with some bullshit steps in front of it, and yeah,
bullshit stuff.
some bullshit steps.
Which is, we
Yeah.
understand, redundant. nonetheless.
Yeah, just to clarify. But then, yeah, so there's this big ritual that happens every great cycle where the dead are preserved and delivered. So there are these sort of plinths spread throughout the plaza, these sort of raised sort of daises that have these sort of cocooned bodies of the dead that are being given. Because at the end of the cycle, this door will open, and the servitors of the gods will claim the dead, and that's also the moment when there's this sort of conception that happens, and new reborn are conceived within the population. So immaculately.
Jeez.
So yeah, so this was going on, and when you arrived in the previous at the end of the previous game, or towards the end of the previous game, Baird was in a sort of difficult emotional state because he thought that you were dead. So there was a reunion, and you explained to him what your encounter with Hana and the implications of perhaps there being access to something beyond the door, that she had told you that for the first time there'll be an opportunity for people to leave, to not be trapped in this place. Hana discussed something, an entity named containment, which she said she had created, and told you to appeal to containment, basically. So yeah,
Appeal to containment?
yeah.
But She did make it clear that containment was not this. Containment was what was stopping this.
Yeah.
Correct?
Containment existed to keep things like
Contained.
yeah, contained.
I was thinking it the whole time.
So yeah, I'm calling this character basically the Avatar of the Dark. But
It's pretty metal.
yeah.
What is the difficulty to roll initiative against it?
It's a 6
Okay.
basically, so it's very fast. But
Alright,
actually,
so I'll be going after it.
Okay.
but I was gonna say, in the previous one, it showed up and really messed some stuff up before any of you had a chance to act.
Yes.
So I'm basically saying that's the action that the Avatar has taken, and so now it's your turn to react to this.
So heavy.
So yeah, this plaza is packed with people. In your mind, Prolethi, when you look at it, you see a course, like a Seeker's Bola course.
Yeah.
And there are so many obstacles between you and the thing that just killed your father.
Yeah. Okay. Sick.
Now, I think in this case, I am going to have you two go first, and then people can follow in the order they like after that.
So is Braid like
Baird?
a bear?
Yeah, you saw this sort of beam weapon,
Yeah.
which fired from a shoulder cannon
Is it me?
from the Avatar's shoulder, and it cut, a huge hole
Yeah.
in the center of his chest.
And I saw that happen.
Yeah,
That's heavy.
So
yeah. After that, after the beam pierces him and he falls to the floor, you see parts on the cannon seem to open, and the lights change on it from green to red, and it moves back into its original position on the back of
It's cool.
the Avatar.
I scream no louder than would be appropriate for our sound engineers.
Okay.
And just no. Yeah, and then I guess I run to where he is, and just like grab his head basically, and just freak out a little bit.
Okay. That would be your action for this
Yeah,
turn.
no, that's
It takes
fine.
work and it's agonizing. You're trying to push your way past the.
Oh,
the,
were we
the
not
people.
like up there with him?
Oh, let's say you were. Let's say you were.
Okay.
You were close to him, so it didn't take you that long to get to him.
Okay.
But I mean, you weren't like holding his hand or anything when he got lasered.
Was I right next to Nico?
Yes.
I was about to say it. Was I right next to
Ash is here.
Nikash.
Yeah, so I'm just like holding his head and like freaking out and trying not to look at that, but like I don't even.
His eyes and mouth are open. He looks completely inert.
So I'm gonna rush to both their sides, I guess,
Mhm.
and I have that little coat thing, right? That little cape thing that I had on.
Yeah.
I'm gonna rest that over like his torso. And just, it's gonna be okay. It's gonna be okay.
No,
we're
it's
gonna be
not.
fine.
It's not okay. Nothing's okay.
It's fine. You're going to get through this. We need to attack this thing that's killing our father.
There are
They just killed our
screams,
father.
and the crowd is trying to scatter, but there are not enough ways of egress for people to get out quickly. And there's chaos going on around you.
So I'm just gonna
People screaming and
grab
reacting.
Nico's hand and try to get you he's going to be fine. He's going to be fine. He's going to be fine. And then
There's a space on the plinth that you're on with all of the other bodies and stuff that are all cocooned and stuff. If you wanted to, put his body up on the plinth, you could do that.
I mean, that doesn't make sense for me personally. I think the main thing is to
You could do it.
I'm gonna pull his body out of the way. Yeah.
I'd need to focus on
Yeah.
attacking.
Basically, because you're up on this plinth with its little side stair, you have a bit of a height advantage over the crowd, and you can very clearly see this avatar. Its legs don't end in feet, but blades, and it clicks through the crowd, and people are screaming and trying to get out of the way. But it seems to be ignoring. It's not trying to just kill people wantonly. It's moving in a straight line towards the door on the opposite end of the plaza.
And how
But there's
how
a
big
lot.
was
There's a lot of you and innocent people in between it.
How big was this thing again?
You estimate it's probably about 7.5, 8 feet tall.
Okay, that's not
Definitely larger than
yeah,
than human size.
quite big. What was the description of it again?
It's a humanoid form with multiple arms and a face that, like the sort of hounds that chased you, has it splits on a cross. It has a ceramic face which looks like the face of the previous guardian, and it. You didn't see this part of it, but the other people saw. It opens and there's a sort of monocular eye beam inside its face.
And I intimidated that face too.
Yeah, you did.
And then where are all they?
So we're all on the platform.
We're
Yeah.
all together.
I imagine it kind of like a platform, but it's got some sort of steps that go down the side of it for access for people to bring bodies up and put them on these biers.
Yeah, I guess after that, I'm just trying to make my way towards it.
Directly towards it.
Yeah, well, not directly towards it. I don't know.
Okay.
More along the lines of like flanking kind of maneuver.
Okay, you could try to use the crowd for that
Yeah.
kind of stuff.
I would love to.
Let's have you make a roll for that. Let's say that's an intellect task.
Because that's
Does he get any
the
Seeker's
highest-
Bola bonuses?
Yeah.
Yeah, I think because you're kind of seeing it that way as that metaphor, you can use a lot of your maneuvers and stuff for that. It's normally let's call it a demanding task, but with your lowering it for your Seeker's Bola stuff, I'll have it down to standard. So you need a 6 or better.
Sweet.
I mean, you can spend effort on it if you want to make it.
I was about to say, I was like, maybe I want to.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You could bring it down to 1 with a target number of 3.
Yeah, sick. Let's do that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
If you spend 3 points from your intellect pool.
3 points. Sick. Oh, and you said I had.
So roll it first, maybe academic.
What?
Well, no, you got to declare if you're going to use effort before you roll.
Yeah, I am going to use effort.
Okay.
For sure. 16.
All right. Yes. You move through the crowd. You use your weapon is activated and buzzing, but you're keeping it close to your body. But yeah, you turn and rotate and use your hand to make sure you keep other people away from you and safe and divert them away from you. And you work your way around the
Assassin's
perimeter.
Creed style.
So yeah, exactly. And then you make your way close, and you in the next round you'll be within striking distance
Perfect.
of your quarry.
Yes. Perfect. I'm
All right.
Sika.
So Naxos, what is Naxos doing right now?
So right there, when she's holding onto her dad, crying and everything, I look down and I see this hole because I got hit by this same laser, and I'm like, Nico, help your brother. I got him, and I show her the rejuvenator. I'm like, I can fix this. I can do it, and I use the rejuvenator, my cipher full rejuvenator on Baird.
Okay. Jeez, that was a high level cipher, huh?
Yeah.
It was.
All right. So you take this thing and it looks like a small like a chip or like a beetle.
Mhm.
Like it's got a solid body but with little pins on the sides of it. You look at
Because I have no clue. I'm like, man,
his head is
do magic.
his head is sort of lolling in Nico's hand, and she's just bawling. And you're like, okay, and you sort of press this chip into the near the top of his wound.
Yep.
And immediately you can see there's an explosion of what looks like arteries, and like circulatory system is just in an instant appears and starts connecting things, and you can see flesh spinning and weaving onto the building up, and then you see a heart appear. And then all this stuff is growing around it. You see lungs, and yeah.
We're gonna tell everybody about this, by the way.
Yeah.
But I do kind of like keep him down so he doesn't just like spring up and get shot again type thing.
Yeah.
Like, whoa, hey, okay. Whoa.
Yeah. It's ongoing.
Yeah. But I'm like, Nico,
That's what's happening.
Nico,
That's what's
help
happening
your
for you
brother.
in this part of the
I've
round.
got him. Help your brother.
Argon, what's going on? You did want to go last, right? Guardian.
No, I just failed an initiative roll, but I
Yeah. I thought that's why you rolled that. I'm sorry.
no, just those determine whether or not we go before or after the monster.
Yep.
That's all.
Do you want to go first, or you want me to go first?
I believe my actions are probably not going to affect yours one way or
Okay.
the other.
I am moving quickly
Mm-hmm.
there, and I am.
You're moving towards the avatar.
Mhm.
Okay.
I pull my hood up and I'm just like low and moving through the crowd.
Mhm.
I'm expecting navigation and like moving through people.
Okay.
And I'm going to. Speaking of Assassin's Creed, I have my monoblade in my wrist, and I'm
Yeah.
activating that cipher. And so
Okay.
it's like beam of light comes out of my hand,
Yeah.
about 8 inches long. Like,
Yeah. And you wonder if other people can hear it, but it's almost there's like a super high pitched vibrating
Yeah.
whine that
yeah,
you're hearing
the
in your head.
monoblade. So I activate my cipher and I move towards the thing. I don't know if I can close the distance, but
Well, don't you have your weird gliding heel
I
thing?
do have my weird gliding heel thing too.
Shouldn't activating that have some sort of resource cost? But if you'd like to do that,
It only the weird gliding heel thing came from me rolling a natural.
because you got a major effect,
Yeah.
right, from a really good roll.
Yeah, because that's so my focus fusing flesh with steel. Whenever I get a major or minor effect, outside, like if it's in combat, my body adapts to combat and does like extra damage. But outside of combat, my body adapts to the task I succeeded greatly at and gives me bonuses from there on.
Okay.
Because like outside of that, it's like I don't get other powers. It's my body is
All right, so let's
adaptable.
say rule of cool. If you want, I will let you close the distance and attack.
Okay.
With this monoblade, because I want to see Argon glide up and.
Yeah. So in my head, I toss like my cloak over and I slide like I'm like gliding in between people, and I want to go for one of the legs and like cut down a leg
Okay.
and try to like hamper it from moving faster.
All right. So let's see. It's make your attack. This is difficulty 5.
Okay. I have an asset from having a light weapon.
Yep.
I am going to. Is it speed pool or might pool?
Let's see, for your attacking physically with a melee weapon.
Light weapon.
A light weapon.
It's, they do distinguish between kind of like finesse and
Yeah.
standard weapons, so
I
it
do-
can go either way
I
depending
do
on the
appreciate it's literally a light
Light
weapon.
It is a light weapon, yeah. Let's use speed.
Okay, then I'm going to spend a level of effort. I
Uh-huh.
did recently, from my experience between last game and this game, I moved towards perfection, so my speed edge is now 2. So I spend only 1 point for my speed pool.
I love that phrase. I have moved toward perfection.
Move towards perfection.
That's the name of the advancement.
That's true.
And so I bring it down 2 levels. Yeah, cool.
Okay, so you need a 9 or better?
Yeah. Actually, I'm going to give my luck to Pinky.
Pinky.
That is a 10.
Excellent.
So,
All Do you want to describe, well, I'll describe the effect of what happens.
So the monoblade, if it has any armor, I ignore a level of armor up to 6.
Okay.
Because that's the level of the monoblade.
Yeah, so you ignore that, and how much damage does it do? Just 2? Like
Just
a
2.
weapon?
But
Okay.
I ignore 6 levels of armor.
It ignores the arm. Okay. The blade, you can see it cuts through just above the knee.
Mhm.
Like, well, I guess it would be the knee, but its legs are almost like digitigrade. Like, so it slices through that, just like there's like a little dusting of light particles, and you see that the leg falls across, but the avatar stays balanced on its remaining leg, but you have slowed it for a moment.
Okay.
And one of the extra arms that's on its back, you can see starts migrating down towards the limb.
So I just have
So.
more to cut off.
What's the Guardian doing?
So I got my shield up at the very end of last time's session, and from up here by Prolethea and Nico and Naxos, I'm going to hit it with an onslaught.
Okay.
I'm going to expend a level of effort, and I'm trained in onslaught, so it's a difficulty 3 roll. I succeed with a 19.
All right.
So
And how much damage does Onslaught do?
I'm using a mind slice to ignore armor, and then I believe it's
that's 3 extra levels.
minor effect.
Okay.
I can have either a minor effect Or is it major effect at 19 for combat? They're
It's,
different for in and out of combat. It's annoying.
Yeah. I'll let you have a major effect. Like a major effect can be things like a full stun of it or a knockdown.
Yeah, I would love to impart the stunned condition to
Okay.
it. That sounds excellent. Yes.
All right.
So I guess that kind of obviates, but since I took the goad ability last session, after I successfully attack a creature, which I've done, the difficulty of all speed defense rolls by others against that creature's attacks decreased by 1 step till the end of next round.
Wow, that's real good.
But since it's stunned, that ain't gonna be a thing.
Yeah.
Stun.
I'll extend that. I'll have that start once it comes out of stun.
Thank you. That's kind of you. I appreciate it.
Yeah, that's a cool ability. I like that ability a lot.
Yeah, come at me. Don't come at them.
Yeah.
Come at me.
Okay.
Hi.
So yeah, you see the avatar stops in its tracks, and there's some sort of weird its face is clicking together as it seems to be struggling, locked in some sort of mental battle with the guardian. All right, so let's start over the top of the round with Nico again.
I'm in a much better mood.
It doesn't get to act right now, so
I kind of stand up and just stare at it.
Mm-hmm.
And as I am adept at focus, I become very, very focused. I'm going to do a lot of things right now, so just let me know if I'm doing too much.
No, go for it.
So I pull out my knife, and I click a little thing on the side and activate my disruptor.
Okay, your disruptor cipher.
I go ahead and activate my beads, so I'm silent AF.
Uh-huh.
And then I'm going to go ahead and spend an effort to do fleet of foot and just beeline it to that thing.
Okay. So you're going low and quiet, and maybe following the line that Prolethea did?
Yeah. Like,
Okay.
just... super pata.
All right. I'm going to say that you arrive, you are side by Prolethea at the time you take your action. You guys want to coordinate in some way?
Which is one thing, right? Or are there like...
There's one, yeah.
It's one thing, but are there like different points of it, or is it just one big thing?
This is a giant dude.
Yeah.
Because I asked because I'm wondering if perfect setup even works for this, because you need like a minimum of 3, right? Foes.
Unless
Yeah.
you can say that you can perfect set up the legs.
That's what I'm wondering.
You could coordinate targeting specific limbs together.
Yeah.
You take this limb and this limb, and I'll take this limb.
Are there people you don't like in the crowd? You're like, you know what? I never liked that dude.
While I'm here.
And it's the perfect setup. It's not personal.
It was an accident.
Entirely
No,
academic
no.
question. Where's Prelate Omnia?
She is a fan favorite.
How many legs does it have?
What's that?
How many legs does it have?
There's 2
Fewer.
bladed ones, yeah?
Yeah.
It's got a spare leg.
1.5 right now, but a total of 6 arms. But one of those arms is migrating down to become a new leg.
Okay, I mean, I'm down to... Do you have an XP to burn?
I have so many XPs to burn.
Spend them if you got
I was
them.
about to say,
Question.
now's the time.
Question for you. Are there any like gaps in this armor, or...
I mean, the Avatar of the Dark, she doesn't necessarily seem to have armor. Like the armor is part of her body. And it's those ceramic plates and such.
Yeah, but like, as in like, are there any... It's a word.
You're trying to find a weak point?
Yeah, but I don't want to say that, because then...
Well, it's like where the armor.
Why can't you say weak point?
Because technically that's like a move that I can also do.
I think it's not that move that you're trying to do.
I don't want to do that move. I just want to see if I can see with my eyes.
It's a rock. It doesn't have any vulnerable spots.
Yeah. I mean, it's hard to figure out. The Avatar looks like a sort of cybernetic organism. You know, like if it's made out of ciphers.
Are there any? So that would it be fair to assume that there's like groupings of wiring and tubings and such?
Yeah, but I mean, it looks incredibly advanced. It looks almost like organic.
I mean, you stab anything.
That's true. That's true. I mean, do you want to go perhaps for what you think like a weak point would be on a human body?
Yeah, there's so many.
So pick one. If that's your
Do
jam.
something stabby, brother.
All right.
We're all going to support you in this.
You have a glaive with a buzzing shock cipher on it.
Yep.
Make something cool happen.
Just yell out whatever move you want to do, and we'll do it.
Cyclone Twister.
I mean, now it has to be Cyclone Twister.
Yeah, now it has to be Cyclone
Cyclone
Twister.
Twister.
Okay,
Yeah, right.
all right, but then also explain to me.
You're like,
You go
yeah.
low, I'll go high.
Okay, cool, got it.
Like you go right, like low right. I go high left. Yeah, that works.
Okay. To target specific limbs
I'm
or
going straight for where the jugular would be.
okay,
Goddamn tiger.
okay.
And I'm gonna go ahead and try to knock it off its feet with perfect setup.
Okay. So both make attack rolls for it. This is a might
Wait.
roll for you.
Good
Can I do
luck,
that?
you
Yeah, that's what we're
guys.
doing too. Yeah, perfect setup
Yeah.
times those.
Oh, sorry, you don't spend for perfect setup. It just works, right?
No, I mean, if you
it's a
say
player
so,
intrusion.
it's an intrusion.
It's an
You're
intrusion.
the DM.
Yeah.
I won't
It's an
deny
intrusion that
it.
just lets you hit more targets.
It just is.
basically,
So,
right?
do you want me to read it?
Yeah, yeah, sure.
Okay,
Refresh
so,
my memory on. how
You're
it
fighting
works.
at least 3 foes, and each one is standing in exactly the right spot for you to use a move you've trained long ago, which is Cyclone.
Cyclone Twister.
Cyclone Twister. Okay.
Allowing you to attack all 3 as a single action, and you make a
Same
separate attack roll for each foe.
Okay. So we're using it in a kind of different way, and it's not multiple opponents. It's one opponent with
Yeah.
multiple limbs. But
Cool rule.
we've come this far,
Right,
so
it's a
let's
multi-attack.
yeah, let's turn it into just a multi-attack in this instance.
Sick.
Um,
I'm about it.
So yeah, let's have you each make 3 rolls each,
Cool.
and I will tell you the results. I see some familiar folks in chat. I see Smokebeard. Hello, DJ Phoenix.
Smokebeard.
Monty Cook Games. Thank you for checking this out. We really love Numenera. We're really hoping that next year we can come back with these characters, hopefully, and treat what's going on right now as a prequel.
Oh, yes.
All we got to do is survive.
Yeah, there are some, and I think if we do that, I would like to maybe adapt some of another existing product. You know, like I'll put my own twist on it, but I don't think I'll work totally from scratch again. There will definitely be an element of you all working on developing a community, and that will be original, but that'll be something that we're all creating together.
There's just
First,
one
we have
small
to
thing we
live.
have to
So
do.
let's
We
just
got
have
to
to
get,
live.
we got to get through this. Yes.
All right. So how'd you do?
I got an 8, a 15, and a 16.
Okay, the
Also got my knife activated.
the 15 and 16 hit.
Okay.
And then what did you get?
14, 9, and 2.
Okay. The 4 no that yeah, that's all those are all misses unless you have something that lowers because it's difficulty 5.
Can I,
Is
like,
that including its hindered defenses? Because
It's
of
an
me?
enemy.
Oh yeah, you're right.
Yeah.
So the 14 does hit.
Yeah.
Shazam!
Yeah.
Well, I just want that one to be the most important one.
Shazam!
Also, the
Twister!
Cyclone Twister! Also, the 2 hits that I made each get 1 additional point of damage, and
Oh, okay.
and it loses its next action. Oh, darn.
That's the disruptor.
Yes, let's continue to stun lock this.
You are
brother.
stun locking.
This one does this too. The shock weapon too.
That's 1 additional damage.
Yeah, generates
You know,
electricity
in the
and
interest of
affecting-
action economy, sometimes you have one big bad and people are shutting down completely. Since I'm letting you guys use a multiple target thing as a multi-attack, I'm going to count that I'm going to say
That's fair.
2 limbs are can't act
Okay, that's fair.
because of that.
Yeah.
Hopefully they're the shootier limbs.
Yeah.
Right.
Well, at this point, you can't see what color the light is on the cannon.
True.
But when you last saw it, it was red.
Yeah.
And it had stowed onto the back. All right, so Naxos.
Is it back
you're
to
up.
me now?
Also, there's lots of screaming. Like,
Yeah.
I'm screaming. the
So
whole time. Just
yeah,
like,
I'm like something. Has
I'm not
Bayard opened his eyes yet?
Yes.
Right.
Baird coughs
Yeah.
and opens his eyes.
Yeah. So I still have demeanor of command up, by the way, from when we were here before. So I'm like, Bayard, you back with me?
Yes. What's going on? Where's Nico?
Is the rest of the council still around here, or is it just me and Bayard?
Everybody's just boning out.
Everybody's, like,
everybody's
scattering?
like, we gotta go.
I'm like, So it shot you. It's cool. You're fine now. It shot me too. I'm good. Your kids.
Prolethea.
No, they're fighting. Everything's fine. It's fine. I got a question for you though, buddy. Baird, look at me.
What is happening?
This is important.
Why is it? What is it?
I'd like to use my Arcus intrusion for a perfect suggestion. Someone, a follower or otherwise friendly NPC, it doesn't have to be Baird, of course, suggests a course of action with regard to an urgent question, problem, or obstacle, and I think this counts. So I'm like, Baird, this thing, we were told it's called an Avatar of the Dark. I'm pretty sure it's trying to get out of the door, and I'm also pretty sure that's bad, and I don't know that we're going to be able to just chop it or things, so kind of looking for some insight. Even though we're fine, but maybe, if you have a good idea.
Is it more important to destroy this enemy or to follow your destiny?
I didn't know the two were inside.
Well, but we can't let it get out, though.
I agree.
Is the window, how soon till the door opens?
Okay, at that moment you hear a gong bonging.
Was that the door opening gong?
Yes, the door opening gong is a resonating sound, and you see that this enormous door is slowly sliding open. It's like a golden door.
I do hit.
Beginning to slide up, and you see it looks like the Avatar of the Dark is straining and very focused on that door, but being held back by a lot of your efforts.
When the door starts to open, I head for the door. I'm like,
okay,
maybe there's help on the other side.
All right.
So
yeah,
I'll be right back.
Do you want Baird to come with you, or?
I will let Baird decide what Baird does.
Okay.
I would prefer he not get shot because I can only do that the once, buddy. So.
All right.
Yeah.
So he says, I have to find Nico.
She's right over there. Cyclone Twister. It was incredible. It worked. The Cyclone Twister worked. They did it.
They did?
They did. It worked. Yeah. I mean, I think
He's trying to stay focused and go find them. But
I was like, I'm gonna go get help. I'm gonna go get help.
All right.
Yeah. I hope.
All right. So are you making your way towards the door now?
Yeah, I'm beating feet. Yeah.
Excellent.
Opening. Okay.
Yeah.
All right.
It's done. They're fighting the legs. I am going to I'm not using my hook as a weapon because I'm still going to use my monoblade as a weapon. I just have my hook. I'm going to try to hook onto, because I'm kind of underneath it, hook onto the body to pull myself up into the belly.
Okay.
And just like
Very nice.
the belly stab.
Belly stab with the monoblade. Okay.
Yeah. So light weapon.
Mhm. Ignores armor.
Ignores armor. It is.
It ignores armor up to like 6 or something like that, right? Yeah.
It's
ignoring the
an
armor of
enemy.
this thing. What's that?
It's an enemy.
Mm-hmm.
So -1 for that.
What else? Because I had 2 things that brought it down last
You
time.
used a level of effort.
Well, its defenses are hindered because of me.
Yeah.
Yes,
We got that.
Right.
Yeah.
Used a level of
And then
speed.
I'll do another level of effort. I'll spend 1 from my pool there.
Okay.
That brings it down 3, so it's a 6 or better now.
Yep.
So.
And jeez, I think you do have to use might for this though.
Might instead of speed?
Instead of speed in this case, because you're doing a combination of you're trying to pull
Okay,
it
that's fine.
down and also pull yourself up. I feel like
don't
it's more of an
think I have
athletics
any-
action than a reflexes one.
Any might edge, so I will. That's going to be expensive. Okay, yeah, I'll do that.
It's cool though.
You're not doing anything stealthy, are you?
No.
Okay, great. Just in case anybody is, if you're near me, just let me know.
sick. Nope.
Shankathon.
Nope.
Just
You
shake.
missed. Okay.
I won.
All right.
Unless anybody's got some XP.
It's cool.
It's cool.
All right. So in this case, I'm gonna say you tried to
Well, I
hook,
mean, you can use XP to force a reroll.
you tried to hook around the neck.
I don't think it's that important.
Do you want to do that?
No,
Sure.
no. How many?
It's up to Poisel.
Right.
No, it's up to you. Actually, it's up to
It
you.
is up to you, but you can spend it to
Take
give
it.
someone else a reroll if you want.
Would you like? Yeah, let's do that.
All right. The tides of fate shift.
That's an 18
Quite a lot,
Excellent.
in
on the
fact.
die, so that goes.
So you get bonus damage.
Yeah, 2 extra damage.
Yeah. Okay. So yeah, it's normally 2 damage.
Yeah,
So you got 4 damage. Okay. 4 damage on it that ignores armor.
I'm gonna shank it. like
Yeah.
prison style.
There's just there's a buzzing noise as the blade pierces the sort of abdomen and chest area of it, and you are physically off the ground now. You've hooked yourself up with your delve hook.
Oh God! I just realized, like, you gave me a blade of light, and I'm now a stabby boy again.
You just realized
This
that.
has happened before or not?
Oh, this is
True.
Branding.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, the ciphers. For people who watch the session 0, we did randomize what ciphers.
Oh,
It's
yeah.
true. No, the universe made you a stabby boy.
Yeah, the universe did. All right,
A
Guardian.
sneaky stabby
What's
boy.
up?
Don't
Actually,
focus
I'm
on
really
them.
bad at
Focus on
sneaking.
me. Don't focus on them. Focus on me.
Okay.
Hey, ouch.
Yeah.
On second.
The avatar seems to be very focused on the door at this point, but
Good, because I am between that thing and the door because I haven't left the plinth yet.
yeah.
Additionally, I am keeping an eye and, if necessary, a foot on Baird. No, you don't get to get up and go after Nico and Pralethea. Nice try.
Okay. All right.
Stay
So
prone where it doesn't hit you.
all right. So
Yay.
it catches the edge of his robe, and he looks back.
Oh, had he gotten up yet? Because
He was starting
hadn't
to.
yet heard. Good, starting. No.
All right. So he looks at you and he nods in agreement. And
Yeah.
he kind of like he looks like he felt dumb for wanting to charge back into the fray.
I appreciate your survival. All right, I'm going to expend a level of effort. I'm trained in onslaught, and the enemy is hindered, so
Enemy's
that will
hindered,
be
yeah.
difficulty 2. That is another 19.
Excellent. So you get bonus damage, right? Or you can select another effect. If you
Right.
want. Oh, do you want a stun lock?
I believe.
Is
in
it stun lock
fact,
you say?
I do.
Oh, right. I love it.
Yeah.
I love it.
I mean, it'll stop when I stop rolling 19s. So that sounds satisfactory to me. So that's
Man.
another 2 damage ignoring armor as well.
We're way better at stuff in today than we were in yesterday.
It's true. Fight's not over though.
Not-
don't get
not
cocky.
Because
Okay, don't
You have to roll really well.
there's no day but today.
No day but today.
All right. So in this case, the Avatar of the Dark isn't trying to attack you at all. It's making its way as best as it can towards the door.
With stunned legs.
Yeah.
Legs don't work. I stab them, they don't work.
And I stun it.
Yeah.
It's just
So it's taking great effort for this monster to move forward, but it seems to move with a singularity of purpose towards the door, just not as fast as it would like. All right. So, Nico.
Hi. I'm gonna let you do your own thing, I guess. You seem to be going for the face. You're going for the face.
That's the whole side. No, the neck. But I mean, it's close to the face.
It is.
It's face adjacent.
Yeah, face adjacent.
I'm gonna keep going for legs.
Okay.
Boop.
All right.
I want to attack all of them.
So this thing doesn't care that we're attacking it.
Doesn't seem to be reacting.
Yeah, I'm gonna, cause like I notice it's moving towards the door, and that door is not for it. So I'm just gonna keep stabbing legs with
Okay.
nanites. Nanites?
With your disruptive nanites
Yes. With
on
my
your blade.
with my nanites.
One of you has nanites. One of you moved toward perfection. I'm uncomfortable with this whole thing.
It's ominous.
I was gonna
I
say,
agree.
I know what story this is a prequel for.
So
Where are
how
we?
many legs can I stab? OGM of mine.
3.
Okay, it just says at least 3.
3
so
limbs.
3 limbs.
Oh, it's at least 3?
It's at least 3.
All right.
Not
yeah,
up 2, 3.
I'll say 4 then.
Oh yay!
Because you are pumped up. And
I'm
you're-
super hyped to
and
stab it.
you are in your element. You're in your like close combat stabby element right now.
Yeah, and I'm like jumping around, I'm climbing, I'm doing all kinds of
Yeah.
whatever. I might expend a thingy. I would like to expend some effort. Where should I expend it from?
It's from a pool you use it.
Right, I mean which
Might.
from might.
Mhm.
Okay. So oh wait, I just deleted my edge. Oops.
Don't delete your edge.
Don't delete. So
Don't lose your
I
edge.
have edge with might, so then that cost goes to 2, right? As opposed to 3.
Yeah.
Okay. So I'm gonna
spend a level of effort. So you get 1 reduction from it being an enemy from Naxos, and then you get your 1 reduction from your level of effort you're spending on each one. So that's
Oh god.
you need 9s or better.
Okay, I got an 11 and a 15 and a 4 and an 11.
Okay,
So I got 3 out of 4 hits.
3 out of 4 hits. All right, and that's light weapon.
Medium weapon.
Medium weapon.
I believe it's one of my glaive things. Wait, hold
I
on.
thought you said it was a knife that had disruptor stuff on it.
It does. Hold on. Oh, if I just punched it, it would be a medium weapon.
I'll let you do medium weapon damage then. It'll do 4.
Okay.
Thunder and lightning, right?
And what does the disruptor do? Does the disruptor add something?
So the disruptor is the
That's
thing
the
that
stun.
it's an additional damage point plus a stun.
Okay,
Because it's basically nanites come out of an attack.
so 5 points of damage times 3, basically, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Ooh. It's like Mortal Kombat.
And you're fighting Goro, basically.
Yeah.
Cyber Goro.
Shit.
So what you're saying
Shiva.
is I just punch it in the.
Huh?
You keep using that whistle.
I like it.
Does it have a meaning?
It means many things.
It's like the
Yeah,
Smurf
it has
language.
so
It's
far had
contextual.
like 3 different
Yeah.
meanings throughout this game.
It's contextual.
I follow you.
Yeah. What? So let's jump over to you. You're right in the thick of this combat as well. You see your sister is just going.
Out of
crazy.
curiosity, what's the tensile strength of my pop-up hammock thing?
Pop-up hammock.
Oh, here's the thing. That was an oddity. And I've already been very, very forgiving in how you've used it because you were creative, but it is not an on-command web spell.
I didn't say it was a web spell.
Ding, ding.
They just want to like
It's a
relax.
pour. The answer's pour is the tensile strength to your hand.
Yes.
Sounds like a
let's
poorly
say,
made
let's say
hammock.
4. You are not sure it will hold up to the onslaught of ripping and shredding cyber limbs.
You never know what I was
Cipher
using
limbs.
for. All right, that's fair. So this thing is just heading straight towards
Seems very focused on the door.
the door. It doesn't care about us at all.
To clarify, have I like stunned any more legs? Like, are they?
The 3 that you attacked,
Mhm.
it looks like they're not gonna. It's not gonna be able to avail itself of anything related to those.
Okay.
The gun, is it on the back still?
Still folded on the back,
Is it like folded inside, or folded
folded
on
back, and in a non-firing position.
in a non-firing position? Since
Yeah.
I'm over here stabbing the neck,
You gotta look at it, and the light on it is yellow.
so if I have no traffic lights, I know it's getting close. Can I just stab my glaive?
But you don't know traffic lights.
It was red a moment ago.
Mm-hmm.
Well, touche. If I know colors of the rainbow, I know that stuff's happening.
But you don't know a rainbow.
Yeah, we do.
What?
Like the light, the light.
But that's
is-
not a rainbow.
But we know the light.
It
we know
doesn't
the
matter.
color
What are you
spectrum.
doing?
Prisms.
Colors are a thing.
We're getting
That
caught up in the
exists.
wrong
Yeah,
details.
what
of
are you
this.
Attack the thing.
Can I like shove my glaive, or actually, can I just pop it off and try to because the glaive turns into 2,
Okay.
and stab it into both parts of that weapon and try to
Okay, you want to try to
Rip
mess
it
with the
off.
cannon?
rip
All right.
it off.
Yeah. Okay,
That'd be
go for it.
fantastic. Can I expend might for that too?
Yeah.
So I'll bring it down 1. It's
Um,
down 1 because it's an
I used-
enemy.
3,
Yeah.
right?
So you need a 9 or better.
How much edge do you have? You have 1 edge, so you're using 2.
2 from here.
2 from your hole.
I'm just counting that.
Yeah. So that brings it down 1. You bring it down 1 because it's an enemy because of Naxos.
Mm-hmm.
So that puts it at a 9 or better.
9 or better is what you need.
And then, okay, that works. That I don't do that.
Yep.
That's a nat 20.
Okay.
Yep.
Yeah.
It
All
just
right.
fell like that.
The Kraken dice roll well.
Yeah, the Kraken was.
So here's what happens. You are basically standing with 1 foot on part of the upper leg of this avatar, and you use your glaive broken into the 2 pieces and slice through the part of the cannon.
Yeah.
Which you then grab and flip over,
Yes. Thank you.
and it falls on your own shoulder,
Mm-hmm.
and then it discharges into the center of mass. Turns green and discharges into the center of mass of the avatar.
Okay, I
That's
thought you
pretty
said
awesome.
the masses, and I was like, I just
No,
murdered
no.
so many people.
No.
No,
You were aiming it almost down like this.
Okay.
Very conscientiously to not.
Sick.
Hit
I like
anybody
that
else
you
in the
already did
crowd.
what I was going
I was
to
gonna
ask
say-
to do.
I knew. I had a feeling.
Isn't it? Today would be a good day to light them up because we'll take them through the door and it'll be fine. Yeah, so we'll just like drag all those bodies.
Perfect. All right, sick.
Yeah.
I'm super stoked right now. I just got the dumbest
So-
smile on my face.
So the avatar is fallen to the ground, and it's acting almost like its limbs are moving in a sort of weird autonomous
Do I have
way, independently, like it's struggling.
Do I have to roll to make sure it didn't fall on me?
No, you're quick.
Yeah, I think you should do it. I like your style. Let's make a speed defense task.
Sorry.
You might take a little damage.
No, that's
Do,
okay.
That's cool. I think it's a good story.
Do I need to do that as well?
No.
Okay, because I was.
See if I have anything that
In
helps
the-
me.
You were dangling from it.
Well, I would
Actually,
be going next.
yeah.
Can I?
Yeah,
use-
suffer
can
my
I-
disasters.
As part of my speed defense, so rolling the speed defense, can I use that? If I succeed, can I have moved around so I'm up on its back instead?
Yes.
Okay. So I'm trained in
If you take the risk, I'll let you get some sort of benefit.
I'm trained in speed defense.
Ooh.
Was like, this is no risk.
Yeah.
I know what I'm doing.
Well, I am a risk-taking delve.
Yeah,
I'm
love it.
trained in speed defense. I am trained in escaping.
Yes, I would take
Yeah.
that to keep
And
keep
it is
this
an
from falling
enemy.
on you.
If it's attacking anything but me, it is goaded.
Yeah, but you're escaping.
Okay. And I'll spend a little.
Well, I think its level of focus on the door lets it.
Yeah.
That
okay.
counts as you being able
So,
to use your escaping part
Yeah,
of
so I
it.
bring it down to difficulty 2.
Okay, 6 or better.
That is a 2.
All right,
Oh man. Okay. So
you take 4 points of might damage
Oof.
as part of it. Part of it, you're not trapped underneath it or anything, but you took a bump
Okay.
from its ceramic armor.
I'm gonna spend a speed
Nico.
effort because I'm not trained in speed defense. I am trained in climbing, which I know I bring up all the time. I just want everyone to know I like climbing.
I
I
respect
actually didn't
your
know
climbing.
if you were specialized in climbing.
Yeah,
I need
am.
to hear it at least 20
I'm
times.
trained in
Does my
Yeah,
climbing.
armor
for
put that at
sure.
all for the damage?
Should soak.
Yeah, it would. It should soak.
Okay.
It would
'cause-
soak 3 of it.
Yeah, because I have the
Yeah.
2 from the suit and
Thank you for reminding me.
1 for my body.
I apologize. I'm going to sneeze imminently. So when it comes, I apologize.
And then you got to work it into the story. That's how it works.
I'm allergic to light dust. As I get near the door, I'm like, it smells too clean.
Oh, that's right. You're outside now.
Yeah.
Smells too clean.
You're just hanging out like.
Well, I mean, maybe. I could just be going through a disintegration field. Like, it's fine.
You're ascending the steps right now.
No, yeah, I'm going. I'm heading
All
towards the door.
right.
Nico, you're trying to not get crushed underneath.
I got a 10.
You got a 10?
Yes.
That's enough.
Yes.
Yeah. All right. So it
So-
didn't fall on you.
So I
So
jump
can I
out the
make
way.
my attack now?
I'm gonna
then?
run to our.
You want to just make another attack on it?
Yeah. I took some damage. I still want to get up on it towards behind it, and
Yeah.
I'm gonna stab the back of the skull.
Okay.
Are you okay? You're like bleeding.
I actually only took 1 point of damage after
Oh,
my
okay.
armor.
So roll for that. I'm gonna say because of its prone position, you get another asset.
Okay.
So
So prone,
you just need a
enemy,
you just
weapon.
need a 3.
Yeah, and then speed effort.
Just
Bring it down to
you
3.
know,
No, I'm the
don't get a natural bad.
To bring it down to 1.
Well, I mean,
yeah.
now you've made it weird. Don't make it weird.
You made it weird.
Made it weird.
You made it weird.
Did you roll a 1?
You legit called it.
Yeah.
Okay.
I said don't
I
do
mean,
I
you
have
never,
a hell in
you
this house.
never
Okay.
invoke the fates.
So you get an intrusion, but without the XP benefit.
Yeah.
Unless you're going to spend one of your XPs to give them a reroll, because you
That
did
does seem
this.
deserved. You did do this.
I didn't.
Yeah, no, you
You don't have to
absolutely.
if you
But
don't want
you
to,
did that.
but I think it would be a clutch use of it.
Alright, I'm gonna put that die aside.
You're a team. We go together.
It's true.
Alright.
If I say don't get a not good, are you gonna get that?
Yeah. You don't know what power you have.
Alright, I succeeded.
All right.
Ugh.
So yeah, there's again this buzzing squeal, this squelch as the mono blade enters the base of the back of the head. beneath the sort of weird, like sort of crown headpiece that the avatar had. And then you can see after you do that, it stops struggling and looks like it splits into maybe 16 pieces.
Okay.
And those pieces are struggling on the ground individually.
Okay. I say when I stab it, my soliloquy is like I whisper almost to it. In the den, I go, "This is for Hana," and stab it.
All right. So Guardian, you've seen this entity reduced or transformed.
Lest any part of it be determined to try to get through the door, it has to go through me, and I would like to impart dissuasion from trying to go. I would like to do that by force.
Okay.
I attack.
One of the bits?
Yes.
Okay.
Nah,
Do you have a specific bit in mind?
no.
Yeah.
Cold shots are obnoxiously difficult. I'm not going for that. I'm going for please stop, thank you.
Yeah.
I have another 15 of you after this.
Yeah, so you're just reacting.
Yes. Let's see.
So -1 for Naxos' thing.
Yep. -1 for Naxos' thing, 1 for prone, 1 for effort, and it's at range, and traditionally that makes melee easier for prone, but range more difficult, so we're raising it back up a level of difficulty. Yeah. Well, that's some butts, and I'm going to fail the roll now.
Oh no, please don't.
Hey, I don't make the rules.
Appreciate that you guys are like, boom, yay,
So
wham!
difficulty 3. I roll a 17.
Okay.
You on
So
that
that is-
extra damage type.
Yeah, I think I'll do extra damage.
Snaps for
That's a little bad.
All right.
So that's a total of 3 damage that is armor piercing.
Okay.
Because in Cypher, on a 17, 18, 19, 20, do extra damage.
Yeah.
1, 2, 3, 4.
Or you can opt to
Do-
substitute
do-
for a minor or major effect, respectively, like
Yeah.
stun locking the motherfucker.
Yeah. Okay. So in this case, what I'm going to say is the piece that you targeted is destroyed.
Excellent. 15 more.
Blows apart. The other pieces around it react to it and start coming for you.
Wonderful.
So I'm going to give you. Who do you want to give an XP to somebody else? But you get one as well.
Let's see. Let's go with Noxos, soon to be disintegrated through a door.
It's true. Yay.
So here's another.
I'm like, I'll see you on the
XP
other side, you
want to
guys.
mark yours down.
Yep.
Absolutely.
All right.
Oh, lovely. That gets me in advance.
So yeah, it seems after Argon discorporated in a way the avatar, looks like the individual pieces were trying to find focus, and now some of them have found a new focus. But the other ones look like they're sort of flipping and flopping around and trying to pull themselves towards the door, but they're still
So also in my direction,
generally.
because I am placed between where that thing is and the door.
Generally, but I mean, they could arc and kind of go around you if they wanted to.
So just to
That's
clarify,
some butts.
Yeah.
And no,
Yeah.
I disallow them.
So just to clarify, there are broken apart multiple pieces that are now acting individually.
Yes.
Yeah.
Oh, you know how I love separate pieces.
All right. So, do you want to try to focus on some of these individual pieces?
Yes.
Okay.
Oh.
You had a question?
No.
All right.
Ours.
Yeah. So, you hear Baird's voice, and he says, "Don't engage that thing. Just go for the door."
Father's wise.
It's
Here you
your turn.
I'm not going for the door without y'all.
You should all go for the door.
Well, I was gonna go for the door. So
go. Good.
All right.
Do that.
Nico. Do you want to keep killing things?
All right, let's go for the door.
All right, let's do that.
Dad, let's go.
I'm gonna keep that
Okay.
giant weapon if that's cool.
the cannon thing.
I don't know if it's bad for it to go through the door, but I'm willing to try it.
no.
Well, here's the thing.
After
After you fired it,
Yeah.
it looked like it was like a cipher. That's not, you can't just use it.
No.
I mean, if you took it to somebody who had some sort of expertise with crafting and salvaging Numenera, maybe there'd be something you could do with it.
Maybe.
But yeah, it feels incredibly corrupt as well. So
I slowly let it consume me.
okay, so your nightmare from Soul Calibur.
I'm not here for this.
That was the only way this could have ended. That's true. Yeah.
Letty, let's go.
Every time I play a party in.
All right.
Yeah. I guess
So yeah, I yell at Letty. Let's go.
I'm gonna throw it as far away as possible and be really upset about it.
Okay. Goodbye.
Where's other
Shoulder
dad?
cannon.
So he's not other dad. Why do you keep calling him that? It's disrespectful.
So, all right. So at this moment, you can see there's a figure that you look. You were standing nearby, and you see the feet of after you've landed doing a bunch of these attacks. You see towards the edge of the sort of ring that's formed in the crowd is a pair of sandals on these feet, and they look like it's weird. You do a double take because from the skin color and the style of sandals, it looks like Kutharn's feet. But then you look up and you see that there's a woman who looks a lot like your other dad, wearing a cloak and a voluminous hat. And you can see that she looks like she's giving commands to other people who are trying to work their way through the crowd.
Would that estrogen works that quickly?
Yeah. And she says, "This is it. If Kutharn can't be here, we need to cover this front."
So is it sister?
Huh?
Do we know this woman?
Yeah, you actually recognize her. It is his sister, but you have not seen her for quite a few years.
Is it the same person that I saw in yesterday that was coming to help us?
You recognize the cloak and the hat.
Right. I'm like, ah!
Wait, you're through? Oh, yeah, you're not through the door yet. Yeah.
No, I mean, I'm through the door when I'm told I'm through the door.
Yep.
Yeah.
I'm beating feet.
Auntie?
Oh yeah, can I use flute of foot?
Sierra, sorry.
It's Nico.
Oh yeah, Nico. Yeah. You need to get out of here.
So do you. So do we all. We have to go through the door.
We can all go?
Yes. Sure.
I don't think she
She's
knows
like-
exactly.
These people are rioting. They don't know how to react to all of this. I don't know that I'm confident that I can rally these people into any sort of organization.
You should.
Right now, I'm just
here.
trying to keep people from being injured. Is that thing dead?
We need people
No.
rallied, you say?
I'm gonna rally help in the afterlife, and then we'll come back and deal with it.
All right.
Spoiler.
So
It's
pause that for a moment.
it does
Naxos,
wound.
you see
Yeah.
out of the door, which is now glided to being half open,
Mm-hmm.
a series of pyramid-shaped objects that are gold, and they have like a line cut into them at about midpoint in their height.
Mm-hmm.
There are a series of those are flying outside the door in a very straight line, almost like they're on invisible rails in the air. And they're moving over towards the various plinths with the bodies stacked up on top of them.
Mm-hmm.
And those bodies are hovering. And they seem to be being pulled through the air at a sort of slowish speed. They're being moved towards the door. They're floating.
I run up to the nearest body and I kind of press on it. Does it move or does it stay like relatively consistent?
I mean, you can have an effect on it, and you feel almost like it's being held in a sort of field. It's almost like buoyant.
I want to know. I'm basically trying to figure if I hop on it and like ride it across, will it like just hit the floor or will it kind of like pull us both?
Okay. So
I don't want to like surf
so
on
here
it.
you go.
Oh no!
Intrusion for you.
Oh no!
Naxos,
You give him one
you're
too.
pressing on the edge of this body and experimenting with how this works, and you see it somehow pulls out of the orbit of the other bodies, of the other magnetic connection that it had to the others, and all of the bodies in a chain fall to the ground. They
Uh,
fall about. This is floating at about a 20-foot height, so they're all dropping to the ground at this
Awkward,
point.
awkward.
Or sorry,
No.
no, more like 10 feet. Yeah.
I feel like the glowing cubes have plenty of motivation to fix that, so I'm gonna just keep
Pyramids,
rolling.
glowing
Pyramids.
pyramids.
Does anybody not have any XP yet?
I
Left?
have no XP
Alright,
right now.
I'm
That's
just
why
gonna.
everybody's been spending.
Yeah, I'm gonna be like, they'll fix it, and I'm just gonna try and keep going through the door.
Okay.
Yeah.
So you keep moving.
Oops.
You see that as you're running by it, that little pyramid has gone down, and it seems to be making sort of irritated chirps and buzzes.
I'm like, I
You
know.
made Taliesin angry.
Yeah.
Yeah.
R2D2 Taliesin
It's true.
is making some irritated noises. And
Taliesin.
it looks like it's trying to basically
Yeah, the pyramid.
relaunch itself and its train of cocooned bodies. But yeah, so is everybody just making for the door with great haste?
Fleet of foot, my friend.
You're the most
Yeah.
important one to go.
Oh yeah, I'm moving that way.
Mhm.
I don't move as fast as them, so I'm just going to stab a thing while I move.
I'm not as fast, but I had a head
One
start.
of the leftover bits
Yeah.
on your way out. Okay, I'll just say you hit it and destroy it. One little piece.
I'm staying rear guard to make sure none of those pieces get through, and all of them do. So I'm
Okay.
not moving
All right.
yet. Apparently those things can circle around me,
Mhm.
and I'm not here for that.
Yeah,
So if anything
I
tries
mean
to
you
get past
would
me-
see them if they
Exactly.
Yeah.
So I'm gonna keep shooting at whichever thing is closest
Okay.
until there aren't things, and they aren't close
All right.
because they
Excellent.
aren't things.
So roll your next onslaught attack
Yep.
on the next
All right.
fragment
so,
of the Avatar of the Dark.
That's back up to 3 because all of them are still prone.
Yeah,
Yeah. All right. Sure.
works for me.
Okay. So I'll expend a point of effort, difficulty 3, and that was a 10, so I'm successful.
All right. So yeah, with a hiss and a pop, another fragment is rendered inactive.
13.
Everybody is now behind you, heading for the door. So let's see who was in front. It was you, right?
Yeah, they were all fighting, and I left.
Yeah. And you got slowed down a little bit by your adventures in body train. But yeah, so you're making it there.
Mhm.
You can see none of the door is half open, and it's a big door. So you would only need to duck a little bit to go into it if you wanted to.
Like, this is why I'm the best Naxos, and I go through the door. Yeah.
All right. So when you make your way inside, you see you're in a dimly lit area, which looks like a hallway in Reborn style architecture. It looks like there's a door at the far end, but there are also it branches off. There are also another set of doors to your left and right. But it looks like you're inside like a reborn building. Like it looks like there's been artwork, songs written about like what the home of the gods looked like,
Mhm.
and like it's eerie, but you seem disappointed because it seems very empty,
Ugh.
spotlessly clean.
Is there anywhere like obvious where the bodies are going? Like, I mean, does any like? Because I saw the size of the
The hallway,
pyramid.
is wide enough and long enough that you think that they would probably all fit in here, but without exploring deeper into this complex, you don't see anything.
You said, do I see doors or I see hallways where I could go left or right?
You see a door directly ahead of you,
Mm-hmm.
probably about 100 feet away,
Mm-hmm.
and then there are doors about 20 feet to each of your sides.
I go to the door to the left because left is the direction of all evil.
Okay, so we'll pick
Just
up
more
with
sinister
you. Let's give other people
Yeah,
a
yeah.
chance to do some stuff. Well, Naxos is like first.
It's true.
All right, so Nico, Prolethea, you make it to the door. Up the steps.
Is Baird following?
Yeah, he's
Okay.
he's a few feet behind you.
And where is the guardian?
The guardian is
I'm holding
tanking.
rear guard while y'all get through.
Stinking.
Okay, I turn back towards the guardian and say, Rhaenys, are you coming?
Once you're through,
Okay. All right, let's go.
All right, so you make your way in and join Naxos.
Yeah, I make
Okay.
my way downtown.
Argon, as you're alongside Baird, and the two of you go up the steps at the same time, and he sort of sees that, and he just gestures like to the door or whatever.
Me first.
He goes, oh, "Thank you," and you see him move towards the door, and when he gets to where the door is, he stops like he's running into some sort of invisible force.
Oh, dang
We're
it.
not there. We're not there to witness this.
Plot
Plot
wall.
wall. And he looks confused for a second. And he goes, I guess it's not meant for me.
This thing had a force field this whole time. Why are we killing this? Never mind.
I'm gonna. Can I? Does it feel like there's a barrier there for me?
No. You wave your hand in the area of the door, and there's nothing. You feel it sort of tingle as you do so. Ooh, electromagnetism. Feels good.
If I grab Baird, can I pull him through with me?
Do you want to try that?
Yes, I'm a risk taker.
Okay.
I have Hana in me. I might have some power.
Yeah. Okay. So you do that, and you can, and Baird lets out like a kind of like a yelp, like a yelp of pain, and then you are both on the other side of the door.
Yay! I appreciate everybody's
how's he
dedication to
look?
saving my
He looks-
dad.
Absolutely.
He looks like he just got like a head rush or something. And he's like, "Wow, thank you. What did you do?"
Hana things.
Who's Hana? Oh, that Hana. Okay. Sorry. It's been a day.
It's been a day.
Literally
It's been a cycle. All right, so everybody's in now. You can see.
It appears it's narratively apropos for me to follow.
Yeah. As you back away, you see that a group of guards has moved up under the command of this mysterious woman, and they're going over and they're stabbing at the leftover bits of the
It's
avatar.
about time the guards show up.
Yeah, the guards show up.
It's
The
like
guards
these
always show up at
children.
the end of the encounter.
Right.
Just
So like I'm
mop-
on the way out, I'm
just
like,
to
you're
mop up.
welcome. Yeah.
Yep.
All right. So you make your way over to the door and enter. Okay. Yeah. You feel as you pass through the door, you feel a flash like a bunch of ambiguous fates have been resolved one way for the other. One way or the other. You going through this door is significant. So you can see at a few moments later, it looks like the pyramids are starting to hover and pull back stuff into this hallway, and they're almost like parallel, and they ascend to different heights. So now this large hallway that you're in, there are these sort of cocooned bodies floating in rows over your head. And then you hear the door start to grind closed behind you.
So knowing what we know about this process, this is normal. The bodies go through and the door closes and then new babies are born back on the other side, right? Like there's not
Yep.
it doesn't appear we've disrupted anything.
Doesn't look like it, no.
Okay. All right.
We didn't
Alright.
let the bodies hit the door.
Nothing wrong with me. Oh, yeah.
All right. So after a few moments, one of these little pyramids hovers down to your height and starts, and sort of you can see like a light emanates from the sort of cut that's in it at about mid height. It's like a little pyramid, but then there's like a little groove that runs around it in the mid height, and you can see a light flashes and scans out of that on all of you. You can't necessarily feel anything.
Just don't
Actually,
like it.
except as it scans, you see the Hana's flower that you have starts to glow, and you feel like in all of your Hana parts So
All your Hana parts are
all
tingling.
your Hana parts are tingling.
Can I say something?
Yeah.
Take me to containment.
Yeah. And the little pyramid says, I'm containment. Well, we are part of containment.
You seem
Oh,
confused.
well, that was simple.
I'm affecting parts of my speech to make you feel more comfortable.
Didn't it work?
It doesn't... I don't seem human sounding.
We
Hana
don't
said
yet
that...
know the versions that don't do this affect. It could be
Yeah.
much, much more uncomfortable.
Well, Hana
I just want
us-
you to feel comfortable.
I think we're a long way from comfortable.
So, okay.
I'm sorry.
So you're containment?
Part of it.
Okay. Hana sent us.
Yeah, I see that. You wouldn't have been able to get through otherwise. Although, I mean, if she's here, then that means that things are changed.
Well, yeah, you can say she's here.
Containment, it's time to end this.
I mean, but is it though?
Yes, is it?
There is some crazy monster trying to get through the door back there. Are you in charge? Who's in charge?
I am in charge.
Tell us more about what you're designed to contain.
Well, I was designed as a general security protocol. But a lot of my ethics sequencing has been put to the test with how to resolve this problem and how to best honor Hana's wishes.
Define this problem, please.
Extra dimensional threat caused by research.
Please clarify. the answer.
Majority of crew compromised.
Excuse me, what's a dimension?
A space.
I mean,
Are we in a dimension?
Yeah. I mean, everybody always is.
You
Cool.
are the best at vague
yeah,
answers.
I was like, I mean, yeah,
Robots.
so we already know there's today, there's tomorrow, there's yesterday. I mean, like, nothing comes from outside of that. What are you even talking about? What's going on here?
Well,
This is
well,
a
we were
remote.
outside.
This is a remote research.
We were in the Big
facility.
Blue. Are
This
you
is
from the Big Blue?
No, not really. I mean, I was born here too.
In this dimension.
Yeah, in this place.
I'm still not clear on what a dimension is.
Is it a place or a space?
Yeah,
Place and a space.
both of those things.
You know what a dimension is?
It's a space place.
Oh.
I'm
They don't
leaving
teach
all of this
reborn
out of the
geometry
story.
in school. This is so
You're-
deeply disappointing.
You are, I mean, personally, I don't think that the crew
We had
deserved any sort of redemption. But- I mean, Hana disagreed, and now I've engaged. I've played her game, and yeah, I think my mind has been changed to a degree. Maybe it is time to reconnect with the rest of the world.
Wait, crew,
Wait,
redemption. Wait, do you know us?
Yeah, you're Noxos.
I'm the Naxos. Yeah, but I mean, did you know the other, like, not
so glad
Naxos?
you're not the Noxos.
No? What? Where is the Naxos?
This Naxos is the only Naxos that exists.
Is there another one? Because I would like some words with him.
What did
Wait.
the original Noxos and the rest of the Reborn do to merit the penance that Hana talked about?
Yeah, this is a prison.
It's a tomb in a way.
Clarify.
I mean, I could show you.
I'm a visual learner. I think that's, yeah.
Yeah,
I worry that particularly a child shouldn't see it.
You don't know me.
yeah,
Should
clearly
be fine.
you don't know past Nikos.
They take many
Wait,
actions.
I'm
with no
Nico the
concern
First.
for
Wait,
pride.
then
Hmm.
what am I in relation? I'm not reborn.
Well, I
Why?
mean, you're interesting. You're part Hana, you're part me in a way.
Is that what?
And then, of course, I mean, you do have reborn ancestors. Everybody does.
Are they my grandchild?
Hmm?
Are they my grandchild?
No.
Oh, I'd have been proud of you.
You can still be proud.
Let me take care of this, and then I can show you around if you still want.
Yes.
All right. So the little pyramids that are the heads of their little chains of floating cocoons. You can see there's a sort of light that scans across them, and each of the cocoons seems to slowly disintegrate. So you're in this room, and there are a few small particles of ash that are falling on you all like snow.
I wish I could have cued that sneeze now.
Yeah.
Glad I'm in a filter skin though. Ugh.
Yeah.
I feel so good.
There's a dusting of ash on your shoulders and in your hair or on your hoods. And then you can see that those individual little pyramids then go to the end of the hall and disappear around corners. And then the one who's been communicating with you sort of waits and turns and then says, "Oh, okay. Well, yeah, I guess it's all right. Don't have to take your shoes off or anything, but yeah, I try to keep things real clean in here. It makes it easier for me to think."
Could we request a holographic projection? I'm having difficulty connecting with you when you're
You're a sarcastic
geometric.
pyramid.
Yeah, okay. Geez. All right. So you see that a sort of light starts to scan across the ground, emanating in a beam from this little pyramid, and then it takes form, and it looks like Baird. Yeah.
Wait, is it
Baird's
but
looking
he's
at
there.
Baird.
Yeah.
Yeah,
This is
but
definitely comfortable
I'm
in
like,
yeah.
small ways.
And
That's-
Baird's here with us, yeah.
yeah, so that's not.
No, this is weird.
You're not helping.
Well, I just thought it just seemed like what you would trust the most. Okay.
No, but he's.
You see, Baird is like, this is very weird.
Yeah, right, right.
You can be your own person. Trust is earned. It's not manufactured.
Oh, I don't want to make up. I don't want to take the form of any of the other 256 without. Yeah.
Hey, show me the first Naxos. Be that guy.
Okay. Sure.
Oh.
You see that the form shifts and changes, and it looks like an older version of you. And you gotta say, you look good. You like what you see.
Yeah, all right.
This is future you.
This works, but what's he dressed like?
Oh Lord, is that what's going to happen to you, Nexus?
He's actually wearing simpler clothing than
Huh?
yours. It looks almost like a sort of uniform of sorts. It looks a little bit like the robes that the reborn wear. The priesthood of the reborn, basically. You know, there's some religious people who revere the reborn as children of the gods or whatnot. And it seems to have some fashion cues in common with that.
What is that he has on? I mean, he's beautiful, clearly. But
I'm right here.
Yes, but but you're not him. You're the projection of what he was. So what is this?
That's a uniform. All the crew wear it.
Crew of what? Like
The station.
This is a bad part of the story, Golden Cube. What should we even call it? Containment?
I'm not a cube?
Yeah, containment. Sorry. But I mean, I didn't pay attention in math because it's stupid.
Containment was going to show us.
This
Yes.
pyramid is just one of my mouthpieces.
Let's
How
let
do
him show us.
you eat then? Okay, sure, show us. Sure. I'm leaving this part out of the
I mean,
story.
you've
by the
lived
way.
inside my body your entire life.
Bleh.
Yeah.
If you're looking for tips on not making it weird, I admit I'm not an expert, but I don't think that is the correct thread to weave.
Thank you. Okay, well, this is all very clean and nice now, but it's not the way that you left it, Naxos. Naxos says to you. And you can see that Naxos reaches out with a hand, and segments of the room, which, there's a door off to the left. This is the one you're heading towards. That door opens, and Naxos walks through it.
Mm.
You want to follow?
Yes, it's difficult to concentrate staring at this magnificent being, but yes, otherwise.
All right. So you make your way into this room, and it looks like a workspace of some sort. But it's weird because there are, you can see as this new Naxos, or original Naxos projection, waves a hand over this room that doesn't have any furnishings or anything in it. furnishings appear, and it looks like equipment, things made with of glass, interesting sort of patterns of boards and consoles. But then all of that stuff has been piled up, almost like making a fort in one corner of the room. And you can see that there are bits of string with rows of ears, severed ears attached to it. There are bloodstains on the floor. It looks almost like all of the equipment in this room has been piled into making a sort of nest or a sort of defensible lair.
Are we seeing this as real, or are we seeing this like as a simulation that's something that happened before?
It's a simulation. He goes, "Oh, don't worry. This is what happened before. This is not happening now. I cleaned all of this up."
What was the nature of the research?
But particle research, extra-dimensional research.
Is that what brought the extra-dimensional being?
Yeah. I mean, it's not even necessarily. I guess being is a good word, but it's another universe.
What made this? I point towards the grossness.
Yeah. During the event, I mean, the light of tomorrow was created in opposition to it, but I was nanoseconds too slow, and the virus did affect almost all of the crew, and they were not themselves. They were hungry.
Are you saying the crew did this?
To each other. Yeah. We can't let this thing out, or
Wait, it's still here?
well, I mean,
I'm making a composure roll.
okay.
Because last game, I had the thing with the hunger
Yeah.
and
I'll do 3.
I mean, I think I'm pretty certain that 99.9% of it and its effects are all contained within the ring. I mean, I'm sorry that your civilization had to grow up in its shadow or whatever, but
Are you? Sorry?
yeah, I am. I mean, it took me thousands of years to develop a lot of the more detailed human parts of my being, but yeah, I am genuinely sorry.
Thousands of years.
Yeah. It's so hard to find a solution for any of this where people don't suffer
Query.
any more than they already have.
If this did this penance result due to the actions this original crew took?
Yeah, I mean, all of them except Hana.
But how are they morally culpable if it was done because of a virus?
Well, that's the thing is, it may somehow still be in them.
That doesn't merit penance. Only quarantine.
Yeah,
Why describe it as both? Both containment and as penance.
what they did to each other, I feel like it was awful.
Why
And
keep,
you're in a position of judgment.
It's a good point.
why keep bringing them back?
Why keep bringing us back?
I wasn't on that ship.
I think we
I mean-
all were.
If everybody had died, I think I would have just stayed out here alone forever. But Hana wanted you all to have a chance.
This was the first time Hana came back.
Yeah, the only time.
Why now?
She saved herself for the end, I guess. Maybe she had exhausted what she thought were all other opportunities.
Well, I have this, and I show the flower, and they have what they have. What now?
I mean, I guess this is her way of telling me that she thinks that you've all, or that you're, at least some of you, are safe to leave.
I want to look around this space.
Okay.
And just like I've been tuning out the cube and tuning out everywhere.
Pyramid.
Turning out the pyramid.
Now Naxos. The artist formerly known as Pyramid.
I've been tuning out Naxos and Naxos. I don't need that level of narcissism in my life.
Or that sounds like a good cop show too.
That is Nexus. Yeah.
And I just want to be listening to my body, listening to the whatever feelings are there,
Yeah.
and looking around with like shutting down me and letting the things that are inside me dictate what I see.
Okay. Yeah, you try to you start doing that, and you try to quiet the parts of your the organ parts of your consciousness, so you can hear and see a little bit, perhaps as Hana, and you get you don't get any specific information, but you do get a feeling of great of like warmth and peace. Like you feel like I've done it, I accomplished it finally. Like,
Is there anything
like
in this...
relief almost?
Okay.
You do also feel a pull
Yes.
in a direction. So
do you want me to roll anything for this, or
you don't have to.
okay?
Yeah.
What direction am I being pulled in, or do I feel like?
You feel like you're being pulled. It's weird. It seems to be coming from below you, but also off that way.
Okay. Because I'm just trying to kind of like almost like if I describe it, forcing deja vu. Like,
Yeah.
Like trying to just like evoke deja vu.
Yeah.
Like,
Okay. So yeah, you move a little bit while people are talking, and you go through one of the openings that leads to a hallway, and you see that there's a door that's closed in front of you, but when you get close to it, you can see there's a tone that sounds like a chime, and the door slides open, and you can see there's a room. There's a mostly empty room. Basically, there's a small ledge around the edge of the room at about maybe 30 inches or so high, and then there's what looks like you've seen pictures of them in books, but it's like a spiral staircase in the corner. So, are you gonna go toward? That seems to be you.
I'm just kind of like on autopilot.
Yeah.
Like,
All right. So meanwhile, the rest of you are with Naxos.
Like, there's just
Oh,
one very important thing that we've yet to discuss here.
Oh.
Just
I mean, I think there are a lot of very important things we haven't discussed, but
There's the most
tell me,
important
which one's
thing.
most important to you?
I need my hat. Is my hat here somewhere?
Oh, yeah. I mean, the hat thing was just one of those emergent things. I don't think the original Naxos had a hat.
Then I'm the best Nexus then, and I'm gonna get my hat back. Wait, where are they going? And then I do follow them.
Okay.
wait, can I try to sneak out? Like,
Do you not want to be followed?
I kind of want to see where this goes without like ghost, like I ghosted them.
Does my sound dampener still work on everybody?
Sure, fine.
Yes.
I mean, I just that feels narratively interesting.
All right. Okay. I won't
like
make you roll for it, though. But it's between Nico's sound dampener and all that sort of stuff.
Well, I demand a hat fashioned for me out of whatever.
Yeah.
If you can fashion bodies, you can fashion a hat.
This doesn't seem important.
What else is more important right now? Because none of this makes sense, and at
Like
least I
everything.
understand my hat.
It was, okay. Yeah.
What about everybody else in the ring?
Oh, yeah. I mean, let's put it this way. Unless we have some way of fighting this thing, I don't think everybody should leave.
We fought the thing.
It was that thing, right?
Where is
You
this?
fought just an extension of it.
You've had thousands of years, and you said that Hana thought she was out of options. That implies the existence of pre-existing options. What have you tried so far?
Oh, jeez. I mean, well, I don't know. I don't know what to do. I mean, I've really thought about this a long time, and you know, I mean, I have to honor her wishes. I mean, she made me, and you're right that the people of the ring are innocent. You know, and but here's the thing: I like, no matter how innocent they are, my primary motivation is to make sure that something like this doesn't reach the rest of human civilization.
What evaluation criteria do you have to make that determination?
Oh, geez, there are a bunch. And you
Okay.
can see the projection kind of looks at you, and
Yeah.
then you basically get like a download, like dump, like
Excellent.
showing you just tons of stuff, and seems like it's much more complicated. It's much more comfortable. Just giving you all the stuff instead of trying to.
Just dump it right
Just
into
dump
my
it.
already deeply weird brain.
Yeah.
It's going to make everything much
So
better.
you see, and it seems like there was a long philosophical argument that went on between Containment and Hana. Hana was somehow not affected by this rage, this hunger that caused everybody to turn on each other, and there was a long philosophical argument where and Hana was basically somewhere safe, but where this was unable to touch her. But then, but she said that she wanted, no matter what had happened, she wanted there to be an opportunity, if not for the crew, at least for some part of them to survive and rejoin the world, And then there were some comparisons made between it being, maybe over generations, we can show that we're, that we're not corrupted, that we have qualities that have made us resistant to this corruption, and that, they're more. And it looks like the plan that the Containment had was, well, I don't want to let everybody out. I don't want to just let everybody out, but I could let some people out to get help as long as these conditions are met. And those conditions were met, basically.
Did we bring back enough of Hana to reconstitute her?
No.
Like they have to have the bodies back to reconstitute the previous reborn. Did we bring enough Hana?
That's actually not how that works. It makes people feel better, but honestly, I bank the memories of the dead, but I don't. They're not reanimated in any way.
Well,
The bodies are just disintegrated.
Can you give us
honestly.
another Hana then?
Huh?
How do
Can you
they...
give us another
Oh
Hana?
no! The deal was that she only got one. Yeah.
Well, can we make a new deal?
But I don't think she really needed multiples. I think her soul was pure. The fact that you're here, I think that shows part of it. And I guess she must think that your souls are relatively pure.
So are you saying that each iteration is a cleansing process?
No, not really. Just kind of like a marker, like a save point, I guess. I don't know.
Are you saying you could bring her back, but you're deciding not to?
Yeah.
But she was the one who designed you.
Yeah.
And you're yet again putting yourself in a position of judgment, worthiness, and who gets
She
brought
put me in
back.
that position.
But it seems that already she's convinced you your judgment was an error. Perhaps you could extrapolate and, with humility, assume that is possible one more time.
I don't know. I kind of like how poetic it is if she doesn't get to come back.
I would like to use my free level of effort with a persuasion check against the
Yes.
machine with my RF command. And I'm like, excuse me, Containment. And I'm going to spend effort in whatever I got to do. Because this is, yeah. Hana built you as a part of the crew.
Hold on, let me, here. Containment waves his hands, and a bunch of furniture in a style that you've never seen before appears. Because I need to sit. If we're gonna hang out, let's just hang out.
You don't have legs, but okay,
just hang
fine.
Well, there's another you.
We are the crew. We are why all of this is happening.
Yeah.
We were your entire purpose. And our purpose was Hana. So if you have the capacity to bring her back, I need her back. And that's a whopping 6, not counting
Yeah.
whatever else. I'm like,
I think it's beautiful, and it's especially poetic, Naxos, that you want to bring Hana back. But in a way, Argon is already part Hana anyway.
You're just a prison guard.
Yeah.
You keep us all trapped. And you can bring
Yeah.
her back and you don't want to?
Oh, it's not about want. it's just,
all right.
I'm grappling with ethical problems that are beyond what a 10-year-old would understand.
Well, apparently she's
Fortunately,
40,000.
we have all 10-year-old people here.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's
go.
true.
Okay, so if you're not bringing Hana back, what's the point? What are we doing? Where are we going? What are we here for?
It appears this wants to send us outside to get help because it is frankly incapable of making adequate ethical determinations on its own and is evidently doing so quite poorly. It wants to send us out, presumably not only as a test balloon, but in order to get additional assistance. How am I doing so far?
It's great. So good, thank
Well,
you.
then who's in charge? Who do I need to talk to about this?
You're talking to them.
Yeah, I mean, the
Yeah.
out, the help, the whatever you can't do. I'm tired of you. Unless you have something else to say, we're done.
Is that why you did it? You
Did
don't
what?
wanna, you don't want to bring her back, so you're in charge.
Huh.
Oh, I would.
From the mouth of babes.
Yeah. I mean, she would be more qualified to be in charge in many respects. I think that's definitely true. But I mean, she herself gave me this position.
Who made you?
Oh, she did. She developed my the initial what would your people call them? Spells.
You people.
Humans.
Did she make you to serve her or to serve the crew?
Huh?
Did
Oh, I serve a higher purpose.
Namely?
Oh, the protection of human life, but also the desire to explore our universe, multiverse.
But
What's
you're a machine.
What's a universe?
Oh, I mean, you're a machine too.
But you are a machine made by a person.
Yeah, and you're a person
You're-
made by this machine.
You're also. We're all machines. We're all machines made by people. But it's called birth.
Thank you.
I think, from what I understand about the way the Ariadne we reproduce, we've gone quite far away from, well, birth, though.
Yeah,
You're reborn. I'm not there.
I gotta say,
No.
I mean,
Guessing?
I like a lot of the Ariadne a lot more than the original crew.
Yeah, what happens to them? You gave rise to a new species, apparently, as part of as a science project. They live in a petri dish.
I mean, I could have just let them all stay dead.
Well, but you're not rebuilding Ariadne. They're having lives and marrying, having children, and reproducing like all on their own.
That's great.
In a prison? No, it's not great. We live
No,
there.
I know. That's why we need to fix this so I can let everybody go.
How do we fix it?
And where's Argon?
That's the thing is, I don't know. But I mean, who knows
Now you know.
how much has the outside world changed? Who knows?
I don't even know what outside means.
I mean, Hana was a priest of the Aeons. So I mean, maybe you could find these other priests of the Aeons. Maybe they'd probably know things that I was never even told.
What's an Aeon?
It's a long period of time. Wow, it really has been an Aeon, hasn't it?
So
let's
where
do
am I?
bacteria.
All right. So yeah, meanwhile, you make your way down to a lower level, and you can see that this next level below there are less signs of sort of work things and what looks more like living quarters at one point. But then you go past some of those, and you feel you're being pulled towards what looks like an area of machinery.
Okay.
You get closer to that machinery, and then there's another door down there, but before you can get to that door, a small little pyramid interposes itself in between you and the door.
Mhm.
Says, "Oh, hey, what are you doing?"
Just following a feeling.
Oh, okay, all right. Geez, I've waited so long for this moment, but okay. I mean, I guess you should see how I did. And the door hisses open, and inside is it looks like it wasn't necessarily a living space, but it looks like it was converted to one. There's a sort of there's an area in the corner of the room which looks like it's got a sort of fabric, like almost like a sort of bean bag or a sort of rug kind of thing in the corner, and then you can see there is a body laid out in repose on this cloth in the corner of the room, and there are also a few other objects and stuff that have been put on what look like shelves for tools or other things, but there are no tools on them, and instead they're just like smaller objects.
What kind of whose body is it?
Geez, it's hard to tell. You don't really. I mean, it's the body is very, very old. It looks female. Yeah. I mean, you have a moment when you see it where you feel a twinge of memory. Like you feel like you remember folding your arms across your chest and going to sleep and just being like, all right, this is it. It's in their hands. You know.
It's kind of like touch the body very lightly, like reverently.
And you know at that moment when you make contact with it that it's you, it's Hana. You know. And there's a flood of memories that start rushing back, and you start to remember. You remember being in this room and working on something, some sort of ritual or experiment was going on, and then you remember the feeling of when the hunger first appeared. You could sense that something was happening, and then you remember hearing screams outside the door. You remember begging containment to open the door and let you out. And a lot of your memories are about Noxos. So.
The worst Noxos.
Yeah.
Noxos the worst. All right. So meanwhile,
I think
the group.
I think the original Noxos
chat
really has a shot at being the worst Noxos because help make all this. Which way is out? Which way is help? Which way do we go?
I mean, you'll have to be reconstituted, but we can spool you back to the surface.
Yeah, hold on a second. You're not gonna just like shoot us back into that place and like make us forget all about this, are you?
Oh no. That'd be really mean. I wouldn't do that.
What do you mean reconstituted?
Your matter won't be able to make the journey as is, but. Don't worry, I'll put you back together in the exact same way that you left. In fact, that's part of the problem. I mean, if I have to reconstitute you exactly as you leave, that's another one of my protocols. So if you had any corruption in you, that would get carried with you. So, I mean, we'd have to scan everybody.
Well, could we alter your protocol to purge the corruption? And reconstitute people without it and get everyone out?
Oh, no. The corruption's on the inside of the ring, mostly. People come in contact with it during their lives.
Wait.
It's not part of your own... It's not in your own code.
Hold on a second. Inside of the ring, what are you talking about?
Yeah.
What?
The place you lived your whole life?
Today.
Yeah.
But what do you mean inside of a ring?
Yeah. I don't get which part you're not understanding.
Well, I mean, like that. I mean, that's like you saying like inside of like
You lived
the world.
in a
like,
room, and now we're in another room that is attached to that room.
I mean, that's like a house, yeah. So, but
Yeah.
you're talking about like leaving and going to another house. That's not a thing, man. Like, what are you talking about?
It's like when we went to the Big Blue.
Yeah,
Well,
I mean, it is a lot like that.
I mean,
It'll be great. You'll see the sky.
I think this can.
What's a
What?
sky?
Think of all the food you'll be able to try.
So you have the capacity to scan us for corruption, per your previous statement, yes?
Yeah.
You imply that if we were reconstituted, it would also be without said corruption.
No, the corruption would go too. That's why I can't. I mean, anybody who has corruption in them would have to stay.
And you have the capacity to scan and see whether that is the case.
Yeah.
And quarantine, if necessary, until such thing can be had.
Yeah.
So you can bring the village of today into this space for to scan them for corruption, and should any of them still have it, could remain here in this place for quarantine while we are getting said help, and anyone free of said corruption, per your scan, could go with us. Is that not correct?
Yeah, I mean, they would have to wait until next cycle, because, I mean,
Okay.
the door's closed now, so.
But next
What is
cycle,
Requirement for that, is that mechanical?
No, that's also just, again, these are all just part of my core my core directive.
I
So it
earmuffs.
sounds like your directive is in need of alteration due to an alteration of circumstances. The
Mm,
same
maybe.
rules can't apply in all circumstances, just like one walks on land and one calls bullshit upon stairs.
Yeah.
I earmuffs Nico, and I just sort of like nod my head towards Baird, and I'm like, "Is that why he couldn't get in? Is Baird corrupted?"
Goes, oh, I feel bad. I really like Baird, but yeah.
Yeah.
I mean,
so
he'll
yeah,
be fine.
Great,
I just don't want him going.
So Baird might need to
elsewhere.
relax here
Yeah.
while we go get help, and then we're gonna get help to get Baird out of here also.
What?
Yeah, I mean,
Yeah,
like,
Baird's like, what?
yeah, right. Well,
He doesn't have any rage in him.
it's not rage. It's well, because you saw when Baird ran into some trouble, and Argon. Where is Argon? Well, Argon had to like tug him a little bit to get him. Wait a minute. Did you hurt
That was a
Argon?
good
Huh?
point.
Oh no, Argon is with Hana. I mean, what? Well, they always are. But
I asked you about Hana. Where? Show me where that is.
oh, down below.
And I go.
Hana's here.
Are we done here?
When he tells me that they're with Hana, I leave.
I made tea.
The tea can travel downstairs. Let's go.
Yeah, that's true. I mean, but this is nicer.
Down
This
below.
place is nicer. Hey, Hana, let's go. All right.
I am yelling like Hana,
Oh, yeah.
Hana the
So-
whole way. Yeah.
So we'll say that you've had basically a kind of emotional, meditative experience to
I'm like-
account for the time that you've spent down there. Everybody
Touching
shows
my
up.
old things
Mm-hmm.
and like reacquainting myself with my space.
Okay.
Uh,
You find a small globe on one of the shelves that when you roll it in your hand, it creates little projections, little images, three-dimensional images, and you can see quite a few of them are of Hana and Naxos. They look like they're a couple. So,
Ooh.
you know. Yeah. So then you're going through a lot of this sort of stuff. You do notice that there is a container that looks like it has dirt and a dead, dried out flower in it. It seemed like there was some sort of device on the side of the pot that was supposed to keep it.
yeah, but it's not working anymore.
Yeah, but it just went past its. Even that limit was crossed. You know. So yeah, there's a layer of dust over everything in this room. It's not like the radioactive drit and stuff that would get on your suits in yesterday, but it seems like this door has been closed for thousands of years. So,
I start cleaning up my things.
And
all right. So as you're doing that, you hear the sound of feet on the steps.
And then boop boop.
And I am yelling like Hana.
You close the door.
No, I'm just like the sound of the door opening.
All right. Good Foley. Good Foley.
Yeah.
All right. So yeah. So the door hisses open, and you see everybody else standing outside with and there's not projection Noxos is there as well, containment. So yeah. This is a shielded area used for other. And I've tried to reverse engineer what it was about it that and I mean it's part of how I was able to adapt the ring to make sure that its contact with this other universe is at least slowed down or blocked or
It's
whatever.
Okay.
I feel bad. You've all been stranded on the shore of this ocean for so long.
We'll figure it out.
What's an ocean?
Oh yeah, just you wait.
Well, you told me Hana was here.
It's like a way bigger lake.
My dear Noxos.
What's that like?
It's like a way bigger puddle.
Argon. Yeah, but I was like, he said Hana was here. Where's?
Your eyes fall on a dried up looking body in the corner, but she looks like she's at some sort of peace.
I pull the empty rejuvenator out, and I look at it, and I look at Baird, and I look at it, and I just put it back in my pocket again.
It's okay. that wouldn't have helped anyways.
She's right.
Dear Noxos. It's so good to see you again.
I just hold up the flower.
All right.
There's a field around this flower, yeah?
Yeah, but I mean, it behaves like a solid object. You can handle it.
Yeah, no. But there's a field around this flower.
Mm-hmm.
And there was a field that kept the corruption out of this room.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm putting 2 and 2 together.
If only you knew somebody who had more expertise in Numenera to help analyze this stuff in the light of that new relationship.
My dear
I will use my player intrusion for a helpful suggestion.
Well, I was trying to be sarcastic.
No, I'm like, I know a guy. I know people everywhere.
I am a guy.
My dear guardian, maybe our minds together can help. Well, there's this field. This, I believe, well, I spent a long time working on this, but perhaps more minds. Containment, you were very helpful, but sometimes we need the unpredictability of the non-binary mind.
Oh, I agree.
So I believe that this field around this flower helped protect against the intrusion.
Pop a little bit of shield.
Uh-huh.
I predict a resemblance.
Uh-huh.
It appears that such a field could be utilized in today as well. We've always had it.
But it is the...
You recognize that the field has some of the properties of the beam that's focused by the crystal in the shield. So it somehow refracts this power source, this light of tomorrow.
It's limited, though. It's...
Limited still has utility.
Not saying it doesn't. It's it has been able to do what it was intended to, keep the corruption from spreading further. But the outright destruction of the corruption is yet impossible.
Perhaps. Can I roll some
Some Numenera checks? Yeah, go for it.
Okay.
I don't know what's going on.
So you're trying to basically see if you can adapt some of the properties of this field to serve as what?
To purge rather than to shield corruption.
Okay.
Because clearly it has some interactive property.
Okay. All right, go for it. So that is this is. I'm going to say that this is actually a challenging task.
What is that in numbers?
It's a 5. Sorry.
All right. I will expend effort on that.
Can Hana act as an asset in this?
I will. Yeah. Let's have Hana act as an asset.
I would like to give an anecdote to help. To be like, I've heard about this sort of thing.
Yeah.
And let's hear it.
Yeah. I'm all like, Hana, she would go on and on and on when we were talking about these like Numenera things, and it didn't really make sense to me about how they could generate fields.
Well, she said that you're remembering that she said that everybody has their own field.
Right.
You know.
Well, I explained to the best of my ability that anecdote so that I might impart upon everyone who listened to me.
It's an inspirational, very apropos anecdote.
Everybody counts as trained in Numenera now.
Everybody?
If you were listening, you're trained in
that
Numenera.
anecdote.
That only cancels out my lack of training.
Yeah.
I'm like
All
real bad.
0.
Right. All of us are
training,
like,
I have anecdote, I have a level of effort, and I have an asset from Hana. This is now a difficulty 1 roll. Oh, succeed.
Excellent. All right. So yeah, you can feel that part of this field that the field that was encapsulating this flower is a development of Hana's own personal field, but she changed it to use properties of this room, and this room was basically grounded in a way from incursion, multiversal incursion. Basically, the field helps people act as a fixed space in or a fixed time in space time. So yeah, if you could use this Numenera artifact, this flower with its field, to try to purge any traces that would have that anybody would have from coming in contact with stuff like even the radioactive Dritten stuff would count as a form of that corruption and that sort of damage. So yeah, you've got better than a scanner now. You've got a purger.
Baird, are you feeling bold?
Not usually, but after the day I've had today, yeah.
I'm gonna hug him.
He hugs you back. He's like, all right.
All right, Dad.
So,
Shall
you
we
know that, yeah.
Shall we partake in
Listen to
experimentation?
Just be safe. Dad wants to there already.
Yeah, I kind of hold up the thing and I'm like, I'm pretty sure this was a single shot. And kind of put it away again.
You're not gonna. It's not gonna hurt him, is it?
No,
Don't
honey,
intend
no.
There might be a
It's
small
possible.
level of distance.
Probably not. You know what? Hang on. Wait. You know, hey,
I
let's go.
actually, I get down and
Tell
I
her.
kneel down in front of Nico. Yes, that's a risk. We don't know anything. Anyone who tells you that this is not dangerous is lying to try to make you feel better, and I can't do that very well, if at all. It's a risk, but it's a risk that we can take to let everybody in today potentially leave.
Yeah.
Do you think
It's not gonna be
it'll-
bad. It's not gonna be that dangerous.
Do
You're
you-
fine.
Do you think it'll work, Rhaenys?
I hope it will.
Oh dear child, I've been working on this a long time.
It's up to you.
Don't worry, honey. This is great. You've brought everybody to this point, and this is beyond even my own imagining. Who knows? Who knows what? I feel like even if the risk is high, which it's not, right? Just we have so much to gain for everybody, for your future, for you and your brother, for your friends.
And this is what it's going to take to get him out of here.
I give him another hug, and then I stand back.
I'm like, and right before the Guardian does it, I'm like, Baird, your chapter of the story?
Stop talking to him like he's about to die.
He already died once. It's fine.
All right. So are you activating the
I will now do mad science.
mad
Wait.
science?
Before we start, containment?
Yeah. I'm here. I'm always here.
Can you download Baird's memories?
This Baird?
Yes.
Oh, jeez.
Ah,
I
do
feel
it.
like if he's not dead, that's.
He was dead a minute ago.
I mean,
We're going to make a backup? Is that what you're asking?
Well,
I'll take a snapshot regardless. So if it fails, we'll have some version of him,
Okay.
and you can see he kind of looks at Baird like this. You don't notice, but there's a moment of exchange with their eyes.
I'm like earmuffs.
All right. So yeah, you activate
I activate mad science.
mad science and Numenera magic, and Baird is there's a small blue glow that starts at his feet and rises through the core of his body. You can see it. It's almost like he's got a weird sort of translucency near the area where the light passes, and then it reaches the top of the crown of his head and winks out. And he goes, "Wow, I feel like I just had breakfast."
That's interesting.
And so containment Noxus is like, "Wow, that's great."
Did
So
that
yeah,
work
he can stay here, or he can go back to the rest of the ring.
Is he purged of the corruption per your scans? Was that successful?
Yeah, I mean, I guess so.
Fantastic. We now have a treatment for the entire village. Done.
Will
They're
that
going to go through the
will
door,
that
they're going to go into the quarantine, they're going to be purged, and they're going to leave.
can that destroy the corruption?
Right. So hold on a second. So as you say that, he goes, "Oh, geez. Sometimes these things are just a one-time thing, though." And
But we could
and
try.
You can see the field around the flower thing crumbles, and then the flower starts to wilt.
And yet you have a full scan of all of the particles and what happened in here. So it could, even if not through that artifact, be recreated. If you have the ability to reconstitute organic beings, then that opens up quite a lot, biochemically, thermodynamically speaking. Let's go.
I don't know.
Fortunately, I do.
Yeah, I don't. I feel like there's a lot of risk here in violating my core principle.
Maybe we should
Fortunately,
leave it up to
Yeah.
Hana.
Oh, me?
I mean,
Yes.
yeah, I think I'd love for you to go get help.
Fine, let's go get help.
How could anyone else help us more than we can help ourselves?
We don't even know what an ocean or wherever it is we're going is, so who knows what they can do.
It's a
Where
large body of water.
Oh, geez. But you're right though. Like, if the whole point of this was to make sure that your descendants retained some sort of agency, geez. Even if I think that would be the easiest way, maybe we should try their plan.
I don't even know what an outside is, so I'm
Okay.
just, that's
So
just,
explain to me in out of character
Yeah.
terms what you want to have happen here.
yeah, we now have a shielded room that's clean of corruption, and we have the ability to reconstitute the kind of tool that we just used, because this thing can reconstitute literal bodies. It can also scan for particles. This is a full particle research facility, as we've learned.
Okay.
Well, it doesn't
So this-
actually reconstitute the bodies.
That's
Because
kind of, it got disintegrated
Kinda.
and then reconstituted.
Well, no. What it's doing is the bodies come in. It grabs their memories,
Yeah.
records some sort of backup of them, and then disintegrates the bodies. But the new reborn who are being immaculately conceived don't have any of those memories. They're not.
They don't
that
need the
thing.
memories. What's happening is, what's interesting scientifically here, or magically, if you will, numerically speaking, is the ability to conduct that immaculate conception.
Yeah.
That process can be applied and extrapolated quite broadly,
Yeah.
such that I feel confident about the capacity that even though this particular thing wilted, a similar thing of its kind can happen. You
Yeah.
file through the village into the nice quarantined room, you blast the purgy ray at them, boom, they're clean, let's go.
Although-
we have to.
we can't do that for a year either way. The door's closed.
That
Yeah.
is, per the
But he
containment, a
controls the door.
completely arbitrary parameter designed for cultural
no,
construction.
today moved. It's
Yeah.
it's physically not there.
But
Like
containment moved it.
Move
Are you-
what?
are
The
you-
door?
This
I mean,
No, the
village.
door stays still.
No, but today
the rest of
moved
you
it.
are all moving.
Right,
Right,
no,
to-
but today containment moved today, right? Containment controls all of.
Kind
No.
of. It's.
No, the Ariadne do that.
Yeah.
They move the strands individually.
Yeah, it's not going to be back for a year.
But we have
This-
a year. We need to do like this. We used Decipher, but now we need to build
And
something.
apparently we have a year of time in exchange for which we save an entire village.
I don't
Like-
think we have a year of time. I think we have to go outside and find out whatever's outside. I think.
No,
the
All
ti-
right, so all right, so I think I have an understanding of
Yeah.
this, of what your plan is, and I gotta say, thank you. It is fucking awesome. I like this. So, all right, so containment is like, all right, so new team containment, got some new members. We're gonna solve this problem. So yeah, we need to make something that can purge anybody here, so that everybody can leave. But I mean, I think that in some ways it means that you still have to go back. You still have to go to the rest of the world. You have to rejoin. You have to go down to the surface and find a way to make this thing, to make this permanent thing, and bring it back here.
We don't have construction.
And then when we start sending people over, like, I want to make sure that the world they're going to is safe and can support them.
Better than what they're leaving.
Yeah. I mean, who knows? The world could be worse out there.
Do you feel you can make what you need to make here in this room?
You do not.
I was gonna say we do not have the adequate facilities. This whole facility was built in a larger factory elsewhere. It was simply constructed here.
It's a factor.
So we need to find a new home for everyone.
Well, also, yes, if we are displacing 200 people, then they will need a space once they leave.
Yeah.
There's more logistics than just a purge.
Barretta's like, honey, we're going to try to make sure that nobody has any of that. No one has been hurt by that thing that attacked us, or the forces that are in yesterday. And then once we know that everybody is safe, then we're going to, I guess it sounds like, go to our new home.
We need to make a new home, though, before that.
Yeah.
And I think Baird, as formal council leader, is specifically qualified to work with containment to figure out a process of bringing everybody over while we go explore.
Yeah. That sounds really good.
Good.
Thank you.
Where's the exit?
Containment is like, oh, that's it? Okay. Oh, I mean, I'm excited that we're doing something, but I was really enjoying having people to talk to, directly.
You're the one with thousands of years of backstory
I
here.
point to
So
Baird.
if there's anything else,
What is he, chopped liver?
So he's like, the translator is up above, and you're welcome to go.
Did you fashion my hat yet?
I did actually, and you can see a cup. There's a little. There's like a little hover train of little pyramids come, and they're carrying what looks like a sort of large box as the caboose of their little floaty train. And they're chirping happily and spinning, and it gets to you, and the box stops right in front of you, and then it opens with a sound like oh, and there's a glow coming from inside of the box.
Yeah.
And your hat is inside.
Because I'm not going out to
the hat.
I'm not going to go out and meet whatever an ocean is without my hat and my monocle. So I'm ready. Ready. Let's go.
Oh, that hat looks ridiculous on you.
Clearly, the thousands
Clearly,
of years
you've
have negatively impacted
you failed to properly integrate Hana if you don't remember this.
That's
all right.
So the first night I didn't have a hat.
So you make your way back upstairs.
But the second one I met this night.
And see the Naxos hologram open. The apparition goes and waves, and another door opens. And it was the door at the end of the hallway that you were up in, the first hallway you were up in. And that extends into a narrower hallway that turns and curls on itself. So it's basically like a circular room that is offset from that hallway. So like a letter P when seen from above. And that circle is like a sort of catwalk. And it looks like it's in a space. And it reminds you a little bit of the cliff that fell down into darkness near where you found Hana. You look up and it just looks like a tube, like just going off into darkness. And the same thing below. But there's a glowing, it looks like an obelisk, like an amber obelisk that's hovering like a crystal in the center of because there's just a walkway around the edge of this sort of chimney that you're in.
When I look at all this, I'm like, all right, containment, two questions. One.
This is a B.J. Walters trademark. First of all,
when we go, how do we get back? And do you have some sort of credential? Because they'll know our faces, but we've been dead for thousands of years, presumably, so it'd be good to be able to explain. I have no idea. But it'd be some idea to show like who we are and where we came from.
Okay, first of all, I can implant all of you with a marker when you're reconstituted. That'll just be a tag. And when you're ready to come back, just let me know.
Do that thing. Yes.
Just think of me and smile.
I'm going to.
Yes. second, credentials, ID, something?
That I don't know how much I can help out. I mean, to be honest, a lot of the crew were very, very well qualified, but I don't know how necessarily they would be connected. Not to the point where, if after thousands of years, oh geez, you may have other descendants as well. Some of the crew did have kids before they joined the mission, but oh geez, that's another complication I hadn't thought of.
Well, I mean, times change too. If that much time has changed in whatever this large
I'm going to be
ring-
real. I'm not even sure there's going to be. The city may not even be there.
Wait, do you have any way to like scan before we like? Nothing.
Well,
We're just
it'll be
gonna,
safe. It'll be stable.
I mean, it's like a bigger ring. Like, I mean, how bad can it be? We
It's
lived in
not-
one ring.
It's not a ring. Out there.
I mean, you go forward, you go backwards. I mean, that's the way the
You can
world
go
works.
Anywhere. Any direction.
Well, I mean, yeah, like,
This
I mean,
would
of
be so
course,
good.
around the
No.
rings of the tube, like,
No.
we all went different. Yeah, of course.
Like,
I mean, it's no surprise,
saw
but
the
I think it's
ball. I still have the globe, yeah.
the which one? The one?
With the images and things.
Yes.
But I'm like,
You can bring that with you as an oddity if you
yeah,
want.
I
Mark it on your
hold
sheet.
the ball.
Mhm.
And you're on the outside of it, and you can go anywhere. Except it's huge.
Okay, but hold on, because if we're on the outside of the like, what's around that though? Like, I mean,
Is this going to turn into a flat earthers discussion?
This is very flatland sphereland, yes.
Maybe we
Goes
should just go
out
see
forever.
it.
I know where I want
I
us
mean,
to
I didn't
go.
want to be pushy, but I think that would be best.
Hey, I've been asking for that for the last hour, so I guess we're gonna see what an ocean
also-
is.
Ocean.
Right.
Send us here, and I want to produce that little string city.
Okay. Yes. He goes, yeah, the city. Excellent. Okay, so yeah, just reach out and touch the crystal when you're ready. I try to do it relatively close in time to the show.
Like mid sentence, I'm like.
And that means all of us have to
Go! Don't let there be too big of a gap.
Yep.
Beard.
Don't fall in the gap.
Bye, honey.
What?
Yeah,
Yep.
yeah, you got earmuffed. Yeah.
So yeah,
No, he was
you feel a surge of
But he's
light
still staying.
through your body, and it's a lot like how you felt when you were reconstituted by the beam when Hana sent you back to the village of today. It's like that, but it's exhilarating. You feel like you see
It's way less painful.
colors and lights are just all around you. You feel like you're going through a vortex, and then there's almost like, you know, like when you're having a dream and something impacts you in your dream, and then you physically like jolt like that. There's that sensation, and then all of you are in a field of purple flowers that look just like Hana's flower, but there are hundreds of them.
We found the flowers. Can we go back?
Are we outside?
There are other weird growths around the flowers. It's weird. It's like the sky is this deep red color. It's like that open space, like what you saw when you went to go see Hana, but it's red. It's deeply red.
Oh, it's a big red.
How big must this tube be?
Yeah.
What
Wow.
the heck is this?
It's very strange. You see things off in the distance, they get smaller, but they don't go off to the side. Like, it's very strange. When you look up, you can't see other lands wrapped up above you. You know?
This is gigantic. Wait, so which way's tomorrow?
You feel like the world is flipped inside out.
It wraps the other way.
Which way's tomorrow?
There's something that has some of the closest thing that feels like it has familiarity to the light of tomorrow is there is what looks like a burning light in the sky, like an orb.
Is
That way.
Is it sunset or sunrise?
It's actually neither.
Okay.
It's midday.
Hi,
It was okay.
June.
Noon.
Yeah.
It's
Guardian, you asked for a string city. Is that where's?
Whoa,
it's
yeah. Okay, string city. City, where? Where city?
You're
Where
looking-
is the city?
You look around and eventually, like the parts of you get enough information and looking at your
They're
surroundings that
ringers.
bits of pattern recognition start to click into place. It looks like there was a city here at one point, but it has been gone for a long time, and it's completely overgrown.
So, hey, small children, bad news. That whole city, not here. Neither are threads. Threads are gone. That's refreshing and weird and good.
You are noticing that the Guardian is acting very differently.
I get very excited because I recognize this person.
Oh, hey, Nico. I'll wrap Nico up and swing her around.
Yeah.
You're back!
Hey.
Rainus,
that?
now we
Hey,
get to
I'm
make
gonna
our
have
own threads.
Quick thing.
Aren't we cool?
So, for me, so after we leave, after we come back, Hana's fading for
Okay.
the moment. Like outside of the familiarity and the closeness of that space.
Yeah.
So I'd look at Noxos. I'm not gonna. I'll be around still, but I'm not gonna be as close. It was good seeing you again.
What are you? Wait, no. Wait, no. Wait, this was Hana. No, wait, no, but come back. No, it's.
No, it's okay. It's okay. I'll be here still. I don't have long, but you don't remember. We had such a good time together in the ring. Somewhere out here, though, you have a family. You
Yeah.
have.
You were my family. I didn't get to tell you that I was sorry before you.
You had a wife and you had children and.
I didn't get to tell you that I was sorry that you.
He really was the worst Nox.
Well,
Argon, buddy, you up?
That was a weird dream, guys. That was.
Okay.
What?
Hey, real bad news. Not a dream. But hey, welcome to
No,
the big ring. I think we're
Yeah.
going with the big ring. How do y'all feel about that?
It's not a ring, right?
She told me.
Do we know? Are you sure? Maybe it's just a real big ring. Everything's a ring.
I'm gonna go with the big red.
All right, go for it.
It's big, and it's red.
Yeah,
red.
Argon, but wait, but no, but can you get Hana back? I don't.
She's there, I think. Well, I still feel her, but
Can I make just a quick search around
Yeah.
where we are and see what's
Yep.
going on?
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah, I think during that whole
it
thing,
is
I
time
sort
to
of
get
walked
practical.
off.
There is a
You
circle
were
of
leading.
flowers, or a sort of
You were
field, a circular field of flowers that you're standing in. That's
Yeah.
probably about 50 feet across, and it seems to end very suddenly. It doesn't peter out. It's almost like it was planted or something.
I'm gonna take a flower.
Okay, you pull it up, and it's got all this stuff attached to the bottom of it. It's like it's covered in drit, and it's got these weird little dangly roots coming out of it, and
It's soft.
they don't look strong enough for it to attach to like a web strand or anything. It's like this plant would die. Yeah.
Oh,
I mean,
this drit is cool.
Yeah.
So, what else is it in the area?
It seems like you're on a plane, basically, like the rain in Spain, not an arrow.
I assume.
Sorry, I realized.
We haven't yet ascertained the presence or absence of snakes, so not willing to confirm one way or the other.
Yeah, you don't know.
Giant.
Yeah, you're in the middle of what looks like a field, which something that the Guardian says used to be a city, but there are small traces of you can see like lines and ridges, which may have been the remains of buildings or structures,
Mhm.
but they're covered like almost like mounds with with dirt and sod and this weird green plant that seems to grow like a carpet.
This must be there yesterday.
Which way is it growing?
Huh?
Which way is it growing?
Up.
Up.
It's grass, okay?
Now that I'm Argon again, this is what I'm good at. I'm gonna find the way.
Yeah.
Okay.
This city's gone. We need to find a new one.
Yeah.
But
Suddenly you
aren't these
feel
plants
you
what
feel
we
a
need?
breeze start to pick up, and it's getting stronger and stronger. Yeah, and it gets past a point of what most of you have felt before, outside of the winds that were in
Well, I know just that was the only point of reference I had, and it was pronouncedly negative. So I'm like, wait, are those things out here? Are those things out here too?
This must be there yesterday. We should find there today.
Could just somebody tell me which way is today?
Okay.
That's what I'm looking for.
Bad news, we
Prolepia,
probably assume it's upward.
you spot in the distance. There's something that looks. At first, you think maybe it's the edge of another lost building or something, but it looks like some sort of road. And then you see it looks like there's something moving as you focus your eyes more on it, and they're moving away from you. But there is a figure who a human-shaped figure. You can't get much more detail at this distance, but they're leading something behind them that looks like another. Geez, it's not another person though. It's bigger and it's got multiple limbs, and it's much bigger, and you can see they're moving sort of quietly and slowly away.
So
off in the distance.
I want to bring that to everyone's attention as well.
Yeah.
So I think maybe
Oh, good! I still have this.
we track them silently, maybe not be seen, but I don't know whether they're friend or foe, but maybe they can provide the way.
I mean, I could just go ask them to take us to someone who's in charge.
Let's you.
By
you
the
keep
time
getting in
Nexus
these
is done, they will be a
situations.
friend. Yeah, let's go for it.
All
How
right.
long does my sound dampener work for? Is it similar to
It's,
the other
it's
ones, or
usually it's usually just an encounter.
Oh,
I
Probably
think-
until you're reconstituted.
oh,
Yeah.
That's the
I'd
I'd
general
probably say it's
time
probably
limit.
gone now.
Yeah, my
At this
mono
Oh
point.
yeah,
gone,
no, that's
too.
a good point.
Yeah.
Because that only lasted 10 minutes.
You got very good use out of it, though.
Yeah.
I'm happy you got to use it.
Oh.
So yeah, you start proceeding towards this strand, which is meandering through the landscape, and you make good time, and you catch up. As you catch up with this figure on the road, you see that the creature behind it is definitely not human, and it's bigger than he is, but it's not like attacking him or anything. It's like seems to be like his friend. And it's
Clearly, this is a very powerful being who can subdue dangerous enemies. We should approach with reverence and respect.
I run up to it.
I keep I turn her off command back on again.
okay. So Nico, as you run up behind this thing, you can see it turns and lets out this sound like, and it's got a weird sort of fin on its face, and its face kind of comes into a soft, flexible trunk with sort of nostrils in the end of it, and it's got huge eyes that are a crazy color, and it looks at you like you've just like spooked it or disturbed it. And it looks afraid of you.
How did you catch that?
It goes, whoa, what? Whoa, who are you?
I'm Nico.
What are you doing with your hand?
Oh,
Excuse me, sir. We seem to be lost. We're looking for today. We were stuck in yesterday, and then we went somewhere that was neither today nor yesterday. I don't know. And maybe we were in tomorrow. I think we were in tomorrow. But we're looking. Could you direct us to today? There was a stringy city. It's gone. It should be somewhere. So how do we get to today?
I don't
You must have been made mad by the obelisk before it disappeared.
ooh, what's
Just
that?
don't hurt me.
No, we're friends, man. We're friends.
The obelisk.
No, I should go. This is
What
this is a
obelisk?
dangerous place.
What's-
I'm sorry.
what's
I
your
won't take
name?
this road again.
What obelisk?
What's your name?
'Cause there was an obelisk here. The locals we weren't really sure. A remain of one of the prior worlds, but it disappeared a week ago. Oh God, maybe it's brought you back with it.
Oh, I assure you, we've been cleared of all sorts of madness, corruption, drit, everything. We're good. We're all good. We are certified good.
Okay, well, I don't live around here, and I won't be coming back again. So,
Oh no.
best of luck
Can you-
to all of you. And I'm
which-
gonna go.
Which ways people know?
Yeah, I'm
Oh,
gonna.
I don't know. Again, I'm not from here. So, bye.
So I'm gonna need you. Excuse me, sir. I'm gonna need you. This is part of my demeanor of
Don't look at
command.
them, Sarah. Come on, let's go.
This is part of my demeanor of command. It's like I'm gonna need you to take me to who's in charge of these parts.
Okay. All right.
Social.
Now, there's a comic I was looking at earlier this week where they're like, persuasion is not mind control. But in this case, so tell me, what's your spin? Tell me how do you quiet this person's fears and show that you're not threatening or
Yeah, I'm definitely
communicate
asking,
the authority.
I'm definitely asking nicely. Yeah. So it's I exude confidence and charisma, but I just say to him, we're lost. You're passing through. I understand. If you could just as you're making it through with what Sarah? Sarah, is that what this her name?
Yeah, Sarah.
Sarah, yeah, Sarah's beautiful, beautiful. If he hasn't noticed we're children, I don't know me saying it's not going to change it. If you could just direct us to the village, who's in charge, like, we just need to figure out where we are and where we can be safe. We need to find a safe place.
Okay. All right, but I mean, do you have your own food?
I have a flower.
Oh, you can't eat that. That's not good.
Well, do we still have some of the?
Those flowers only grow in that one spot too. They might be cursed. I would mess.
Do we still have some of the
There's some green.
food ration things that we took into
You do.
yesterday?
You do.
Mm-hmm.
We have
In your
some
packs.
food. Yeah.
Mhm.
It's okay, because I'm not. You can come with me, but I'm not feeding you.
Does
No
I
problem.
only have enough food for me and Sarah.
does he
Sarah
look like
probably
an
eats a lot.
Ariadne?
Hi, Sarah.
Now, don't you shame her. Sarah eats a perfectly normal amount.
Why
Oh,
would that be shameful?
Does he look like an Ariadne?
He does not.
Does he look like? But he's
re-
but he's like a reborn.
He looks like a reborn. Yeah. Or in terms of normal default human. Yeah.
Baseline, yeah.
Yeah, I
But
mean,
he's not one of the
he's a lot like one of the
256.
reborn. He doesn't have the sort of larger eyes. The limbs are a little bit less thin. He's got dark, sort of coffee-colored skin.
But he doesn't look like one of the 256.
He doesn't look like any of the 256 you've seen. Any of the reborn you've seen. So yeah, I think that's pretty much where we're going to wrap it up with y'all like on the road.
Oh.
I don't even want to reveal the name of the village where you're heading because I haven't totally decided that.
Detroit.
Detroit.
Exactly. I'm like Plan B, no witnesses,
So
execution.
yeah, so in a
Whatever
way,
its like name within the world, clearly as far as we're concerned, it's the village of
Yes.
tomorrow.
yeah, the village
No,
of tomorrow.
Clearly, as what Noxo is concerned.
Yeah.
I
The next
understood they
process
were
is
going
how
somewhere
everything
totally
is good.
different.
So
Happy
thank you to all of you for playing. I enjoyed it a lot. You
Thank
had
you.
something else too. Thank you to the audience for watching. We're gonna do. Do you want to do more of this?
Yeah, we can do more of it.
I think it would be a cool. I think it's
we
a
do
cool
a lot of
prequel.
things. Yes.
And we can also have it be so that when we do play it, you all have a group, you all have a motivation for something that you all want to do.
Mhm.
But we can go to a lot of the stuff that's more traditional Ninth World adventures, which a lot of which involve building communities and defending them.
I was just
So-
pointing out the reason why I talked about finding yesterday, today, or tomorrow is that is our only point of reference
Oh,
of
no, I
existence.
love
I
all
love
of it.
that.
It's
I
I
love
was
great.
like, that's the only thing we know.
Yeah.
So
As soon
good,
as
so
that
good,
was
so good.
happening, I was like, he's gonna think we're fucking crazy.
I knew exactly what you were doing as you were doing it,
absolutely.
and I loved it.
I'm like,
Great.
so-
We got it.
We got it. We
Well,
got
no, but
it.
you were like, he doesn't know what that means. I'm like, we don't know what that's anything else.
Oh, I'm
Well,
You were
no,
just playing along.
No, no, because the
He's just
wow,
he's just
the
the guy
containment
who's a weirdo.
robot thing
clearly.
explained it pretty well. I understood. I was like,
Yeah.
so we're going somewhere we've never been before. It's like the Big Blue. It's not like the Ring. And I was like, so we're not gonna be near today, tomorrow, whatever. So I was like, okay, cool. So like, I have no idea where we're going. The best thing would be like, all right, where's safety? Would be
Yeah.
my question.
I don't know if you know
But
this
then-
about Naxos' character.
Oh, I know. That's what I was like.
He's not a pay attention sort of character.
Wait.
But he's the best Noxos, and that's all I need.
Yeah.
Thank you so much, Alcuin.
Thank
for
you,
all
Alcuin.
you did.
Thank you for all your help. I mean,
Yes.
I'm
I
learning
enjoyed
the
it.
system better, and I think for the future stuff we do, I want to have it be a bit more that's kind of more like the traditional Numenera world instead of my own little pocket space station. But I think that I'm looking at a couple of different things. Some of which are products that are not out yet, that are coming. They're books that are coming out there. They are in either press or editing right now with Monty Cook Games. I'm super interested. There's one called Slaves of the Machine God, which hopefully is different enough from what we've done so far that seems really good. And then there's Priest of the Aeons is coming out as well. So we've already got some stuff involved with that. But we'll start using more of the stuff that, even if I do original material, it'll be using a lot more of the nuts and bolts and existing stuff that's already been created by Monty Cook Games.
We're
the ninth world is where you are now.
Say spoiler alert. We're definitely going to be doing more cipher system things soon.
Yeah.
Stay tuned. We just take
love
vacation.
So
the
stay
system.
tuned
Yes.
Yeah.
and follow
Thanks
Follow
for
us on Twitter,
thanks
join
for
us on
letting
Discord.
me make the worst Naxos even worse.
God, garbage.
Yeah, there's some really beautiful play from all of you today. I really enjoyed it a lot.
I was like, as soon as you said that we might have like descendants and things, I was
Oh,
like,
man.
Naxos was totally having an affair with Hana on the station.
Yes.
The worst Naxos.
I very much tried
I
to
love
play it
that.
like
I
I had
love
no
that.
idea that you were talking as Hana.
At first,
yeah.
It's so
I was like, oh, would you
sorry.
really be able to do that? And then when you were just role playing, I was like, okay,
Yeah.
this is better than what I had. So yes, we're going with this.
Yeah.
Should we go down the line and who we are and where we can find us?
Yeah.
Yes.
Cool.
Although before we give the one more shout out again, World Anvil, Kraken Dice, Noble Dwarf, this Money Cook Games,
Void merch.
Yeah,
Void Merch,
Void
Void Merch.
Merch.
We're at Void Merch Fashion Show coming up soon.
Yeah.
And we'll post sometime this week of what we're doing over the next 2 weeks because everybody's schedules got crazy all at once.
I have another Chris
Yeah.
Strahd game on Tuesday night. Watch twitch.tv, different elves, different _ elves. They're in the middle of Castle Ravenloft,
Vampire.
making the bad choices.
Let's do the bad idea. And thank you to QueueTimes.
Yeah, thank you so much.
Yay, names. Yeah.
So
Cool.
who are we?
Yeah.
I'm Ash.
Question I asked
Hi.
myself all the
You can
time.
find me on Instagram at astronaut44 or Twitter moonclad_ash.
Also, you're everywhere now. You were Weave, you were Vampire. We got to be
Yeah.
Ventru together again. It was
and,
quite a lot of
who
fun.
knows, I might appear again on Vampire.
LA by Night.
My favorite
Yeah.
description was somebody said if like a high-powered corporate lawyer became a mom and joined CrossFit. Was their description? And I was
Yeah.
like,
Okay.
yeah, but
So
layers.
Weave is usually on Wednesdays?
Yeah.
I was just on the Noir Weave, which
Okay.
has ended, but it was GM'd by the amazing Gina DeVivo.
yeah.
And you check out the VODs. It was all in black and white. And it
Yeah,
was,
I
like,
haven't
it was
watched it
very,
yet.
very
I
good.
need to watch it.
Three parts of amazing.
And why don't
Yeah.
you go ahead and lay on them about the castle? Because
Oh, so these wonderful folks are going to be DMing D&D in a castle. I will be doing the logistics because it's my day job. It's
And
not
I'm
this.
going to weave all of their stories and be your NPC,
Yeah.
making your mysteries.
Yes.
So if you go to the website DN, as in the letter D in a castle.com, I don't think the tickets have gone public yet, but if you sign up for the mailing list, you can purchase them on November 1st. I
Yes.
think. Yeah.
I think
Yeah.
the number first is when there was.
Oh yeah, when November
pre-orders.
1st is when they go public, but this Friday is when you can purchase them if you're on the mailing list.
So sign up for the mailing list if you're
Yeah.
interested.
Yeah.
It's us DMing plus
Plus Mark Muir, Eric
Muir.
Campbell,
Eric Campbell.
Kelly Lynn D'Angelo.
Kelly and D'Angelo, and then we've and then we've got some DMs, some awesome. We've got Rick Budd, we've got
Bud.
internet sensation Amy Dallin.
Internet sensation Amy Dallin.
Exactly.
Please clip that.
Send it to she's streaming right now.
My brain totally
awesome.
just like went empty as soon as we said that.
She has that effect on all of us.
Joseph.
Then Joseph Limbaugh.
Yes,
Yeah.
yes.
Awesome.
He's the underground king. You're gonna come to love him as much as we all do.
Oh
Yeah.
yes.
Yes.
Yeah.
So we got that. We got D&D and Castle. We got LA by Night on
Yep.
Fridays.
Yep.
Callisto
Still through
6?
Callisto
What is
6 on
it? What
Friday.
is Callisto 6?
What is? We finally know.
It is our penultimate episode coming up this Friday, 4 to 7 p.m. PDT on Geek and Sundry.
Yes.
What up?
Awesome.
So
So
B-Dave,
where can they find?
Oh, yeah,
where can they
well,
find
no.
everybody?
Yeah, beat it.
well, B. Dave Walters. I'm at B. Dave Walters on all the socials. This week, the official press release about the comic books going out. Hollywood Reporter's going to cover it. I'm writing a D&D book. There might be a stream. There might be things. It's a busy but good time.
Yeah.
I'm D'Artagnan. I'm extremely exhausted from life. So
You identify as tired.
yeah, it's been a lot lately. But you can find me at all the same socials, Crystallized Music, or you can follow my private accounts, which is D_Crystallized as well. Yeah, it's pretty much. I mean,
I was talking to a friend at this wedding last night about they're into EDM music, and I said, "Oh yeah, my friend D'Artagnan is one half of Crystallize," and he was like, "Really? Cool."
Yeah, we're kind of known.
Yeah, you're kind of a big deal.
Kind
Kind of a big deal.
Kind of a big deal.
Where can they find you, Poisel?
You can find me on Twitter, @Poisel, Instagram, @Poisel. I'm now streaming some games on Twitch, just doing some live play stuff, playing some Pathfinder Kingmaker and some other things probably, which is just twitch.tv/Poisel. You can just look up Poisel, you can find me.
Yeah.
That things.
Excellent.
And after this, if you want, I'm at 5 p.m. I'm going to be on Band of Nerds on Twitch playing my last episode as a guest on their Waterdeep Dragon Heist game. So you can come watch my Disaster Warlock be a horrible flirt.
And I am Sam Glove. You can find me on Twitter @Tchaikovsky, ChaikovSky. On Twitch and Instagram, I am Delovely, DELEVELY, where mostly it's pictures of my puppy dog lifting heavy stuff and my chair falling over. Hooray! You can see me on Twitch on Fridays on Callisto 6, as I specified before, on Twitch and Alpha. You can also catch me at 5 p.m. Today on Saving Throw Show for the final episode of Tempting Fate's Avatar: The Last Airbender game.
Awesome.
Yes.
It's going real well and will continue to go real well. The Swamp Nation is great and are going to be our friends. And on Mondays, you can catch me on Plunders and Blunders, the D&D comedy podcast I do with many delightful folks, including the aforementioned amazing Gina DeVivo. Gina!
Excellent.
In the midst of all these shout-outs, I forgot we're doing Ask Your Black Geek Friend this week. So
Yeah.
9 o'clock Tuesday, Project Alpha. We will be back again.
9 p.m. Tuesday?
9 p.m. PST.
Well, what can people see earlier in the day on Tuesday?
The Curse Strahd, the live stream.
At night, no, but earlier in the day.
you
Real
laid
Life
on
Season
them.
2 is up
yeah.
now. And
Yep.
so you can see Dave and myself getting in trouble.
Yep.
Staying in trouble.
That's true, and we do the live Discord watch-along. It's 2:30 Pacific this time, right, on Discord.
Is it?
Yeah, I think there was some
moving around a little
confusion.
bit.
Yeah, 2:30.
Yeah, if you want to come hang out with us on the Discord and go, oh, and bad things happen to us, and yay, when good things do.
I love that it's such a big show, and you and I keep forgetting about it. You know what I mean? That we're like, yeah, there's this other thing. Oh, yeah, the reason why we're on the map, that show. Yeah.
It's because you're not filming right now. Cause it's,
Yeah.
That is exactly
So you're not
why.
Film it in these
You're not-
super intense, long shoots.
Yeah.
So
We're
when
all
you're not
going through hell together.
being on a super intense long shoot or in the Discord for Real Life Frontier, where can we find you?
You can find me on Different Elves on Twitter.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
On
Yeah.
different else.
Different
Yeah,
underscore
and
elves.
Different
And of
Different
course,
Elves, yeah.
follow the Uncommon Trust. It's just @Uncommon Trust on Twitter and Instagram. You can also check out our Discord. I did pop a linkerdoodle and the chatty bib at the very beginning.
I love you.
It's a very active Discord with great community.
It's true.
Yeah.
There's lots of pictures of kittens and
Hot
puppies as
quality.
well.
Yep, and
Okay.
some of our friends here are active in that Discord and are moderators on it. They've got perfect custom.
Lots of gifts.
Hello.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, they're the gift master. So yeah.
Yes.
All right, so I guess it's time for us to go have a
Gift
Void
Master
merch
P.
Void merch fashion show.
Let's do
Yeah.
it.
Yeah.
All right.
More
All
of
right.
these.
Thank you guys. We'll see you soon.
Bye.